everybody. It's time for gaming's dynamic duo, a twosome that makes Stallone and I look like absolute weaklings in comparison. And now, here's Mooch and Crab.
Good morning, everybody, and what an introduction by Arnold himself. That's fantastic. Welcome to M&C Mornings. I've got myself here. I'm wide awake. Everybody was concerned. Last week, I was a little late to the show. Of course, I got up extra early, made a little extra coffee, and I've got my dynamic duo, Crap Gamer. How are you this morning?
Hey, what's up? Good to be here. Yeah, you texted me this morning. You're like, hey, don't worry, I'm up. And I was like, hey, good, no worries. I was like, it's less stressful when it's not on my channel. You know what I mean? Like when it's on your channel and the other person's running late and you're like, you know, you can't get things worked out. I think that is a little bit stressful because I remember last week Jay was like, couldn't get anything working and I had nobody. It was just me. I was like, it's just going to be crap mornings and nobody's going to watch that. So
yeah, that doesn't have the ring to it. That
yeah, it doesn't.
Plan.
Okay, welcome to crap mornings.
let me throw a good morning out to our producer. What's up, Jay Williams?
Hey guys, everything's going good. It's a nice wintry day here in Canada. Snow's on the ground, and I'm not looking forward to shopping this week.
Yeah, that's coming our way. I think we're supposed to be getting 3 to 5 inches here tomorrow, so let it begin. It's going to be a white Christmas in New York. So for all you Californians out there that are decorating your palm trees, we're decorating our Christmas trees and getting ready to shovel tomorrow. Hey, listen, it is what it is, man. It's freezing out there, but there's some benefits to living up here in the Northeast. Crap, you got to miss a little bit of the northern exposure you grew up in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't exactly grow up in it. We moved to Florida when I was like 5 or so. I mean, we went back a couple of times, but yeah, I lived in Michigan for 5 years when I got married and stuff. So,
well, that's the other end of the coin, right? Because Michigan, with the lake effects, I mean, you guys are getting like 8 inches is like what we call like 3 inches here. So
yeah, well, I can remember like I had this job there, and then it was the first time I had been in snow in like forever. And they're like, "Hey, man, you know what whitewashing is?" And I was like, "No, what is that, man?" It's like basically this little dude like gives me a little shove, man. I'm on like this icy hill, and I just like fall down and roll down this hill. I was like, "Holy shit!" Like you have no, I like totally forgot. Like that snow was like slippery, and you know, I was like just rolling down this hill. I was like, wow, you know what I mean? It was fun. It was hilarious though. But yeah, like I missed that a little bit. But for the most part, man, there's nothing quite like winter's 70 degrees. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I can't sit here and bash it. The one thing that California, Florida has over us is the weather. It's hard to defeat that. But you know, hey, I still think the 4 seasons is a big deal. I mean, a lot of people don't understand that, but it really is a big deal. It's nice to be able to, there's different attitudes and feelings you get from people when you're in New York, and I say New England as well. You know, when weather starts to turn from this freezing, bombing snow weather, and we get into spring, even me and Jay, sometimes when we're playing games, he'll say to me, "Oh, thank God, tomorrow's the breaking point. We're hitting spring. We're finally crossing into that mid-50s coming from the deep frost we were in." And you just get a sense of, like, people's attitudes turning for the better, you know, getting excited again. And where a friend of mine who moved to San Diego almost 15 years ago, he told me, he's like, to be honest with you, he goes, don't get me wrong. I mean, San Diego is 75 or 80 every day, 365. He's like, it's great. But he goes, there's never any, like, everyone's just like blah because you know what tomorrow's going to bring. Where here, weather is kind of like, after you ask somebody you haven't seen in a while, like, hey, Crap, how you been? How's everything going? You're like, all right, you know, family's all right. Things are okay. This is going on. You're like, how about this fucking weather, huh? You know, because weather becomes a conversation piece because day to day, you never know what's going on. Much like the gaming streets we've all taken to in these podcasts, Crap.
Yeah, I agree 100%. But I also want to say happy holidays to everybody because we are kind of in that season. And, it's a very cool time because no matter what you celebrate, I just think that the holidays are a good time for most people. You know what I mean? Just with the generosity and the gift giving and things like that, which kind of reminds me, yesterday I saw this pretty cool thing, even though I hated him when he was playing, Chad Johnson, former Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver. I guess he was like talking to someone who didn't have money. He said his son only wanted, or her son only wanted, an Xbox One for Christmas. And right. Chad Johnson was like, he's like, DM me your address and I'll get you your son his Xbox One in every EA game. And then to top that off, Aaron Greenberg was like, hey, DM me your address and I'll get you all the games we have. You know, so
that's really cool. I mean, this is that great time of year. I mean, we try to do it every week here on Mooch and Crap in the morning, but I'll be honest with you, we like to give away things. So whenever we get anything, whether it's something we get extra that we've earned or someone in the great community gives to us, we always give it back out. So it feels extra good this time of year to give. So I agree with you there, Crap. But hey,
pay it forward a little bit.
Absolutely. Recommend everyone do that. If everyone did one thing like that to a certain family in need, this a lot of the hard times in this time of the year would be a lot easier for some families. Let's get back to what a lot of people tuned in for. So last night we had community game night, which was great for everybody except Mooch. Mooch took a bird's eye view of what was going on from people playing Battlefield 1. I enjoyed watching a lot of people get run over by tanks, died from a crop duster. and then an hour in, it was so exciting that one person said to the other, I didn't even know you were still playing.
Yeah.
So, listen, Battlefield is a great game, and I'm not going to sit here and bash it at all because it's beautiful. It plays well. It's Battlefield. Battlefield is Battlefield. You know, you can't say you don't like Brussels sprouts, and then, you know what I mean? It's Brussels sprouts or Brussels sprouts, and Battlefield's Battlefield. So I just personally don't care for Brussels sprouts or Battlefield. What's your take, Crap? What was your take? You played a good hour and change of it last night.
Well, no, I played it all the way up until I got off like about 10 minutes till midnight.
Okay, so you played almost full 2 hours.
I played almost the entire time. So basically, it was the first time that I hopped on because, again, you had called that. You were like, it's going to be the one you spend the least time with, which is true because Battlefield is one of those games where you need like a lot of people to play with.
Yes.
And so I hopped on and played, and it was a map that I hadn't really played. And so I think I was like 0-14 or something to start it off. And literally, I didn't know what was killing me. I was getting sniped, and I was like, ugh. And then I was like, you guys that were on Gears, and I was like, maybe I'll get on that. Then the next map, I was like on top of the board. It was like, it was completely different. And then I started doing gradually better. So, like I was starting to have fun with it. And then towards the end of the night when I was winding down, I don't know, it was just kind of fun, just like interacting with everybody more than like really paying attention.
Absolutely.
Some of the time I wasn't even paying attention. We were just ribbing Fox about the mayonnaise stuff or, or, you hear Bam's cousin or whoever that was. Like
that's nephew. Yes.
Nephew. Yeah. Like scream, you know what I mean? He's like, no, or yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought it was like hilarious. You know what I mean?
Let's pay a compliment to Microsoft here. I think Crap, right? I mean, last night we had a full 16, if not more. I don't know how many can get in there now. And we had no hiccups, nobody getting booted. It was flawless last night. We had no issues with the chat. Yeah,
I thought the chat went really flawless, and everybody was having a good time. But it was like with Battlefield, I remember it was like I think She-Wolf and Fox. Like Fox was like, She-Wolf, are you even still in here? And because it's 32 versus 32. And then you have to hit the button and then look at the list and look down each team to see who's like in it. You know what I mean? Like,
I gave him a bit of a jab because remember, She-Wolf was giving me some shit. She's like, well, Mooch doesn't want to play Battlefield, so. Yeah. And I was like, and then an hour in, it's like, She-Wolf, Fox was like, She-Wolf, are you even playing anymore? I'm like, sounds like a great game you guys got going on over there.
Well, she was in my squad, so I knew that she was still playing. But Absolutely. It was like, I mean, it was a good time. We were having a fun time, and it was like, sometimes it was like everybody was over, like talking over everybody else's. Like it was a really good time. It was fun. We were all making jokes.
Crap, it was pretty funny. There was a couple people that really genuinely tried to get a story out. They're like, so listen, I got to tell you guys this thing that happened. And the minute he started saying that, somebody was like, oh, shit, did you see that bomb blow up? I mean, no one can even get a sentence out. So a lot of people are like, Mooch, you're quiet. I'm like, I'm not quiet. I'm like, there's like 8 stories going on at once right now. So I actually deferred and I said, hey, I waited about 45 minutes, hung out while everybody played. I just kind of spectated and chilled. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to open up get something going in Gears multiplayer, and slowly but surely, all the Battlefield guys and gals started coming over to Gears multiplayer, which just never gets old. I mean, I don't know what it is, but I've got to have over 100 hours now into that game, and I can't see stopping at this point.
Not bad for someone who doesn't game.
Right, yeah, that's so bad, right? Yeah.
Like, it was funny because I put something like 60 hours in Madden or so. And that's one of those games where you don't get a lot of achievements,
right.
Unless you like do a lot of online stuff, which I like just playing through the season and stuff.
Oh, good. Early.
We're already, early in the calls. That's awesome.
MSC Mornings.
Yes.
Calling on Skype.
Good morning.
Hey, Mooch and Crap. This is Mohammed from Toronto. My question was regarding the timing of the Scorpio's announcement. Could they do it at E3 or before? Because if they go at E3, they always go before Sony, so the message for the Scorpio could get drawn out. I think it might be better just to do like a week before, so that they have like a week for themselves to be the main topic of the gaming world. Thanks, Matt.
Okay, well,
what do you think,
Mohammed, well, that's a good question. Here's the thing: I never bought into that whole. If you're early, who goes first, who goes second? Like, as long as you're not doing anything controversial, you should be good either way. Like, just look at this year, right? Microsoft went first. They announced it paid off to go first, because you could arguably say Sony were the ones that were damage controlling, trying to fix, what they were trying to do. Microsoft were very transparent. They were like, we've got these two consoles, and I think that really spun Sony for a loop. So I think that we're going to see a Scorpio reveal pre-E3, because you don't want to focus E3 on hardware so much. You want to focus on the games and things like that. You want that. I think they want to do a do-over for the Scorpio and make it what the Xbox One should have been. And so I think that that's what they will do. And I think we're just going to see a heavy focus on games at E3 and a pre-E3 reveal of Scorpio.
I think that's a good move.
We might not get a price at the pre-E3 thing.
No.
We'll definitely get a reveal and that kind of stuff, and some of the the features and things like that.
I got a question for you, Crap, and I'm not even a call in. I'm wondering, to be honest with you, what month they're going to release. I don't think it's going to be November. I think it
could be October.
Maybe even as early as September. It depends.
Maybe, yeah.
I just think that it's possible, because why wouldn't you want to get the newest and most powerful console out to people 2-3 months, so people know just what this product is? And depending on what they have as far as marketing deals with companies such as possibly with Destiny 2, you just want to have that name out there. Because look, the Pro comes out. The PS4 Pro came out, this month, last month, excuse me. And it's like, okay, now hurry up, everybody run out and go get it. And it's like, well, I think that's why we're all saying December is going to be an interesting month to watch for NPDs, because November, you get all the hardcore go out there, right? All the elitists, they go out, they grab their PS4 Pro. But now in December, people are going to be like, so what am I doing? Casuals are going to be like, what am I doing with that box? Well, nothing, possibly till February, maybe longer. And you're like, all right, then I'll wait. We're here. I think if Scorpio gets introduced sometime around September, you've got a good 2-3 months to build up some hype and get some games behind it. It depends on how Microsoft plans their attack, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think that could be a plan. They have obviously got to be thinking, something on the offensive, at least a little bit, because Sony, it could also depend on how well Sony does throughout the beginning of the year.
Right.
Honestly, the NPDs, I think we kind of said if Microsoft were going to lose a month, it'd be November, and they did. But I think everybody was surprised by how little they lost by, 100,000. Right. And realistically, Sony had the PS4 launch, the Slim, the Pro, VR. They had all that stuff going against basically just the Xbox One S. Right. And I think that Microsoft held their own, and I think that anybody that, if you really want to get technical about it, you could say you might as well count that as a win for Microsoft, because that possibly would have been disastrous if Sony had lost that.
Well, that's it. I've said this. You can go back and watch 2 weeks prior. I said that even if it's close, it's a Microsoft victory. And of course, you got people in the stables that kind of kick up, and it gets all the dust from the bottom of the pool to the top again, because of course they don't want to hear that. To them, a W is a W. But you've heard this a lot of times when you're referring to war. Is you're always hearing, I've won the battle but lost the war. They won the battle, but to win by 100,000 when you have new hardware on top of a Slim release, it's not good. And listen, it doesn't matter. This isn't me versus Sony camp or anything like that. This is just like people at Sony right now are looking left and right at their corporate table, and they're saying, what did we do wrong? Because apparently a Microsoft product that's, except for the 4K Blu-ray player, is essentially the same console that they released 3 years ago, just beat us, basically. Because that's not the numbers they wanted. You don't understand. When you're a juggernaut, okay, if you're a juggernaut pizza place in your respected town, and then Little Joey's Pizza opens up down the road, you're supposed to devastate and crush them on Super Bowl Sunday. If you ended up selling 100 more pizzas than them, and you've been there for 20 years, that's a loss. You don't understand. So ultimately, even though you actually get the W, it doesn't make investors or Sony Corp all that confident in their product when they also know that Microsoft is planning a major attack starting with whatever that reveal will be in probably May, and then that hype through E3, and then the fall is an absolute onslaught of Scorpio and all those games coming. And, people like to sit here and point the finger and say, well, Microsoft doesn't have a lot of games between January and May. They're not going to need it when May comes and they're showing you a 6.7 teraflop beast. And they're going to say these are the games that are all coming out later in the year. And they have a couple. They have, I believe. I think we're going to – Halo Wars 2 we know is in February. And I would assume – and I could be wrong. I really could be wrong. And I don't care. I think Sea of Thieves will be the first half of 2017 before E3. That's me. I could be wrong. But that just – with the beta coming out very soon, right? The closed beta.
Well, the alpha is next week.
Oh, it's the alpha. My apologies.
Yeah, it's the alpha next week, but still the fact that we're getting, the alpha is going to be this year still, and then, it'll probably go into beta.
Beta in early spring.
Yeah, so I could definitely see it coming out, sometime mid next year. I could definitely see that because they do have a lot of games with not a lot of confirmed release dates. So it's like we have Halo Wars 2 coming out, and then I think the rest of the stuff is just like up in the air. It's like I really do think Crackdown 3 is going to be around the launch of Scorpio, and I really think that Scalebound is going to be around the launch of Scorpio.
Absolutely.
And State of Decay 2, that's something that could come out beforehand. Obviously Forza is going to be something around Scorpio launch. It's going to be an interesting time. This is going to be a year. I know, even though I haven't personally felt this way about Xbox.
Oh, we got another call.
We'll go ahead and get that call. What's up? M&C Mornings.
What's up, guys? Dan from Florida again. I just have a couple questions I want to ask you guys. What do you guys think about when Nintendo pretty much showed off the Switch on the Jimmy Fallon show? I think that was something different. I think that was good for them because that brought it out to a lot of, adult audience, that stayed up late and watched that show. I mean, they didn't go into features and stuff, but they kind of showed off what console is supposed to do. I mean, I've seen some YouTubers pretty much bitching about, that was fake and all that stuff. But, I think it's better than going to IGN because IGN was just going to start asking a bunch of questions and criticize everything that's going on with that. What do you guys thought about that? And just, that's it. Anyways, see you guys later.
Crap, I'm going to hand this off to you in a second, but the only thing I'm going to say that I thought that Dan was wrong with is I think he said that IGN would tear apart. IGN doesn't tear any kind of Japanese product apart, so I don't think you're going to see anything coming out of IGN that's that bad. I think that they may, if anything, they're going to be lukewarm. Even after the dismal, ending result of what the Wii U was, you still didn't see the bashing that Microsoft got from IGN throughout the past 3 years. So, but you're a lot more in tune with what's going on with the Switch. So, what's your take?
Well, my take on the Switch is that thing's going to be the next Wii. I just think that thing is really going to do well. Something tells me that is going to be a product that a lot of people are going to be into. There's rumors that there's going to be a $250 SKU. So I think that's, even the most casual gamer or not, like you, me, like everybody would be piqued their interest at that point because, you're going to be able to play stuff that on the go even that you maybe couldn't ever do before, Skyrim, Dark Souls, what have you. I mean, that's definitely going to appeal to hardcore gamers. And then, of course, the casuals are going to really be into that as well. It's going to probably have a lot of the stuff like the Pokemon Go and all that kind of stuff. Like this could be a really big thing for them, and it kind of suits them. Like, do they really need? Would I even be as interested if they were to just come out with something as powerful as the Xbox One or S or the Scorpio or what? I don't know. Like that wouldn't really make a difference to me. I don't think, and especially if it was expensive. Yeah. I think the way for them to get back into people's homes is the inexpensive route, do great games, try to get third-party support on the bigger games, really like see some of the indie games. Apparently there's some like high-profile French indie game already coming to the thing that's already been leaked or whatever, about some handicapped kid and his dog in a wasteland or something like that. So, I mean, there is a lot to kind of look forward to. You know what I mean? Like,
well, listen, I got news for you, Crap. I'm day one on the Switch as well. I'm probably gonna be returning everything that I have on the Wii U, just because the Wii U in this house is God. I think when the kids' iPads or when they go to plug them in and they're recharging them, then they'll go, hey, maybe I'll grab the Wii U and play something. Like, it's almost like that's the only thing I got left to play. So I'll return the Wii U, and I think the Switch will have just I'm pretty excited about it. I really am. Yeah. I think it's refreshing. Right? It is. It's refreshing.
Exactly. And so I know not everybody, like, next gen is not going to be into it, but I think for me personally, the fact that, you know, there can't be much worse. I just like even the controls seem like it's so much better than the Wii U with that bulky ass gamepad and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, that to me just was never really designed for like day-to-day gaming. And I know you could get like the other controller or whatever, but it seems like it defeated the purpose. Like, the whole thing with the Wii U was this whole gimmick idea, and I feel like the Switch, although that is kind of a gimmick as well, I feel like that's a much better one, something that you can take with you, that's also a home console, and they're saying that like it might give it a little added bonus when it's docked or whatever. So I'm excited for it. I think it looked cool. I thought you know, the Zelda game looked better that we saw on that on Jimmy Fallon show than it did on the Wii U. Absolutely. Like, the Wii U, that it got that Last Guardian treatment where everything looks all hazy. You know, like Cheech and Chong were like out there. Did. You know, like the whole. Like, that's what I'm looking at, the Last Guardian pictures, like, and same thing with the Breath of the Wild stuff that we saw at the Game Awards, and it looks hazy as hell. It's like that. I don't like that.
Yeah, it looks like it's through a smoke screen.
Yeah, I hear you. Like, and it's just obviously to hide the lack of power and the draw distance and stuff like that. So
yes,
I think the Switch is going to be a welcome change. And
Crap, just like any other major show that's on TV, our producers yelling at us behind the scenes. We have a lot of voicemails, and before we get to the voicemails, though, Jay, we're instituting a new way to give away a prize today. Everyone in the audience, please do pay attention, because Jay Williams will be explaining the rules and regulations right now, and I think it's a fun way to keep the audience in tune with the show. Jay, you want to take it away?
Yeah, this is going to be kind of fun. So I've actually kind of stolen this from a local radio station. So what we're going to be calling this is now...
Mooch and Crab still recall.
Is that you have to listen to the show either live or through... Well, it's got to be live because you're going to have to call in. And we're going to bring up a subject somewhere down the line. Maybe, I'm not going to tell you exactly when, but we're going to refer to a subject that we talked about earlier in the show. We're going to ask a question about that. So if you can recall what we spoke about and answer the question properly, you're going to win a prize. And today's prize is going to be what, Crap?
It's going to be a month of EA Access, a code for EA Access for a month.
Cool.
How do you beat that? That's great, especially right now. I mean, Crap said it himself best. You win that today, all of a sudden, for the rest of Christmas break for a lot of folks, whether you're taking a week off if you're in your respected job or if you're on break from college, etc. Great way to play like games like Dragon Age Inquisition, and you have both Plants vs. Zombies in there. You've got Mirror's Edge. You've got Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah, Star Wars Battlefront. So
I think I'm going to be playing a lot of that next week, because I hear that the rumor, Crap, is that will be next week's community game night.
Yeah, I was trying to talk them into that because I love that game, but there's not a lot of people that I know that play it.
Right.
So I would love to be able to like hop in. I think you can play larger maps and stuff like that.
I think it'll happen, Crap. I think we'll win it over the course of the 3 or 4 podcasts we do over the week. But I think that most people should bone up on it or pick it up on the 13th with EA Access for sure.
Yeah, agreed, 100%.
People not want to have EA Access with all those games.
Look, I can't figure out why they wouldn't, Jay. It doesn't make any sense to me.
$30 a year, and you got what? How many's in the vault now? 15?
There might be more than that. Yeah, I mean,
more than that.
There's a ton of games in there. You know,
they're AAA games.
Yeah, but you can also like even play like Battlefield 1 for 10 hours. You know what I mean? Like the multiplayer and everything.
Dragon Age Inquisition's 250 hours from people I've spoke to if you really want to play the game. Okay, you've got Plants vs. Zombies 1 and 2, very good. That Mirror's Edge, which not really, it's a platformer. For me, it's not a big deal, but for some, it's a cult fan favorite. It goes on and on and on. It's Battlefield 4, Battlefield Hardline.
Don't forget Titanfall 2.
Yep, Titanfall 2. Well, listen, I know Crap doesn't want to hear me say it, but not that he doesn't want to hear me say it. He doesn't believe it. I'm telling you right now that'll be in the vault sometime, probably end of spring, early summer. 2017, because even with the $30, there's you turn the game on and they did a double XP weekend and you couldn't even get people to get on that goddamn thing. And I I tried. I said twice, does anybody want to play Titanfall 2? And I didn't even get people who owned it to say, yeah, let's do that. People just jumped to Gears 4. So, listen, getting that thing in the vault is a good thing for a lot of people. It enhances EA Access's value. So the sooner that gets there, the better, too, for everybody. We have about 17 to 20 voicemails, Jay, so we might want to strike one of those up so we can get as many in for the contest at the end of the show.
Yeah, let's rack up one of those voicemails.
Okay, so we have a voicemail. This was one that was left over from last week. This is from Else Artist.
Hey guys, I called to say that I saw the Video Games Awards and Overwatch won the Game of the Year. I think it's a good thing. It's not a bad game. I have a ton of fun. I don't think it's Game of the Year. I think Inside was the Game of the Year. I think it was something new for this generation and something that we haven't seen in a long time. But I'm really disappointed with the voting system because I saw Uncharted 4 win Best Narrative. And when Mark Sonic came on the stage and said, to make a good movie, you need a script. I say that the movie The Artist, when they won the Oscar, shut that down. And I think Inside, because it has no script, doesn't mean it doesn't have the best narrative. I still think that's the best narrative of this year. Also, really happy to see Zelda won something because I thought the gameplay was fantastic. It was something new and different from all the Zelda games. And to be fair, at the Video Game Awards show, it's the only game that we've seen conclusive gameplay because that Andromeda gameplay was all over the place. And I didn't actually enjoy the voice acting on that. So what's your comments on that?
Happy taking that one away. He went through the entire win and loss column.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, listen, he said let's talk about Overwatch and then we can kind of get into Zelda. I think we covered with what we just spoke about.
Yeah.
Look at Overwatch 1. It was a little bittersweet there. The sweet part was that them doing that was neutral, right? That was a neutral. Nobody's going to argue. No one's going to point fingers. Everyone thought that Uncharted was going to win. They didn't.
I kept voting Uncharted because I thought they were going to win everything. I ended up getting only one thing right the whole night.
Yeah, I mean, it was surprising, but not surprising for me for some reason. To me personally, I just thought that they finally got the word from people that they didn't want to just see an onslaught from Sony. So, and I think, the thing with Blizzard is Blizzard's a huge company and they have a lot of PC support. I mean, you said it yourself. I don't see a lot of people playing Overwatch. I think the success is coming off of PC.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think that that people on console are sitting there going, "Oh man, I love me some Overwatch." I mean, I think it's a fine game. We played it on game night one time.
Absolutely. It's fun with a lot of friends, but you'll never just be like, "Hey, Mooch, what are you doing?" "Oh, nothing, crap. Just play a little Overwatch." Yeah. Getting a couple rounds in. What? No, not really.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of those games where I feel like it probably would have been better with like a single player campaign where you can really kind of learn the characters like that. You just kind of get thrown into the game or whatever.
I don't know how I feel about that anymore, crap. I mean, I defended Titanfall 1 and I'm still on that same wavelength. If a game is predominantly multiplayer, we said this before last generation, right? Remember when the first remake of Tomb Raider came out and they put the multiplayer in the 360 and it was just felt like it was added for no good reason. I think a lot of times that happens when you have a really good multiplayer and they just throw a campaign in to satisfy the masses.
Yeah.
It depends.
We got a call.
We'll take
M&T Mornings. What's up? How you doing? Happy Sunday.
Talking to the mic.
Mooch, crap. This is Colin from Houston.
Nice.
I just want to say you guys had a really good week this week with your discussions on the community. But I just want to add a little 2 cents to it too. To me, with everybody saying Xbox should step up their game and all this and praising Sony for doing nothing, that just tells me that gamers care more about trailers than actually playing the games.
Yep.
Because if you think about it, this year alone, Xbox gave us the best racer this generation. They brought back Gears. the game that revolutionized the third-person shooter. They gave us an old-school action-adventure game in ReCore, and now we got to beat them up in Dead Rising. And I also want to ask you guys, have there been any games you got into late? For example, I'm now getting into Dead Rising, and I'm enjoying it so much that I went ahead and got the previous 3. So I was just wondering if you guys ever been into, saw a game, you didn't think much of it until you played the sequel. All right, guys, have a good one.
Great question.
Yeah, you know what? Like I said, I played the first Uncharted and didn't think much of it, to be honest with you. Blasphemy, right? But if you just go back and look at that game and then go back and even play the Nathan Drake collection, Uncharted 1 isn't good. You know, it's not great. It's nothing special. Uncharted 2 really was the one that kind of took that off and into its own kind of thing. I think Sonic 2 as well for me when I was a kid. Like Sonic 1, and then when Sonic 2 that came around, they introduced like the spin dash and tails and that kind of stuff. Then that was really where that game kind of hit with me. So yeah,
I can answer that. I agree with you on both of yours. Good examples, crap. And I know you won't agree with one of mine because you and Jez were talking about it the other night. But I think Mass Effect 2 put that on the chart for me, where I thought Mass Effect 1 was clunky, slow. I didn't like the direction of how the shooting element went, and that the mechanics were a little clunky. The other game, which I'll really take everybody into a time warp, was I've told people a number of times in the past 2 weeks because of the launch of Final Fantasy 15. Final Fantasy 1 was very good, but Final Fantasy 2 on the SNES really was what put that game on the map for me. So I think a lot of times a sequel can put a game out there. I'm excited and still staying very positive on possibly a Sunset Overdrive 2. I know a lot of people are excited about a Rise 2. I would welcome a Rise 2 as well. I don't know if you noticed it, crap, but I think Z's been playing a lot of Rise again. I think he put that in and started playing it again.
Well, that's a great game. I mean, that's still like a graphical showcase game, in my opinion.
It is.
Well, people were saying the Xbox One was weak or whatever. I remember thinking, how is it weak when it has the best looking game? You know what I mean? Right. And still, that game is probably one of the best looking games on either console. So I think that it's absolutely phenomenal. And obviously, there's a little bit of Crytek in the news lately as well. So I think that, I don't know. There's that rumor that Rise 2 is getting made.
There's also a rumor that Rise employees don't have any toilet paper in their bathroom.
Yeah, they haven't been paid for 6 months. But here's the thing: there's multiple studios there, right? So they got to be working on something, and they haven't done anything. They have multiple studios,
right?
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and they haven't done technically anything since a VR game or something. And then since that, it was just Rise. So I mean, what the hell are they doing? You know, I mean, they do the Far Cry series, I think, right?
Yeah, they also do Far Cry. I mean, listen, they do what? Say that again?
Wait, no, they don't do Far Cry.
Not Far Cry.
They do Crysis, and they do. I think that might be it. Holy crap!
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, people say this all the time. I owned Crysis 2, and Crysis 2 was also, even for the 360, a beautiful game, but it was boring. I mean, I hate to say it, it was just boring, and I think that's Crytek's. Crytek, to me, is Guerrilla Games. They make a beautiful game that you could give 2 shits about 15 minutes after starting it.
Yeah.
And you're like, eh. I mean, listen, we say it all the time, right? These are just jokes and these are just things. But like, beauty's in the eye of the beholder and beauty's only skin deep. When you play a game, for me, honestly, Rise, Son of Rome, for me was a game that I played for about 2-3 hours, and then I never went back to it. That's me. That's a me problem. For me, that was you said it yourself, crap. Even every time we bring it up, you always say that was a graphical, spectacle they put on right there, which it was. It's gorgeous. It may still be the best looking game on either console, right? That's still debatable. But at the same time, I didn't find it a whole lot of fun to be like Leonidas when he was teaching the guys in 300, the movie. He's like, you stab, move, shield. It's like, all right, you do that for like, you only do that for so many hours before you're just like bored to tears. That's a me thing. If Rise 2 came back with different elements, different weapons, different different skins, like I think that, maybe some more platforming, that would make Rise 2 like just, I don't know if anything could touch it.
Yeah, I agree 100%. M&C Mornings. How you doing?
What's up?
John.
Hey Mooch, hey Crap, it's John here, also known on YouTube as Musclebound Gamer, calling from New Jersey, and the question I have for you guys is, going into 2017 with the lineup we've seen so far of games, I think it's, in my opinion, I think it's kind of apparent that Microsoft can't continue to just rely on the Gears of War, Halo, and Forza cycle. And considering, I've heard Crap talk about this a few times the past few weeks, where this is really the first year, I think, in a while where we haven't seen a big Gears of War game or a big Halo game announced as the flagship title that's going to, carry Xbox through the year. But we've seen games like Scalebound, State of Decay 2, Sea of Thieves, and Crackdown 3 announced. And we know that some of those we don't know exactly when those games are launching, but we know some of them are going to have to launch alongside Scorpio in the holiday of 2017. So my real question here is, do you guys think that one or maybe more of these games can actually rise up and become a top-tier Xbox exclusive game that can sit right alongside the likes of Gears of War and Halo? But yeah, that's going to do it, guys. Keep doing what you're doing. I love tuning into the show each week, but yeah, I'll be curious to see what you have to say.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess that's a pretty good questions. For me, I like the cycle of Halo, Gears, Forza. If I were to buy an Xbox and those games didn't come, I would be pissed off, to be honest with you. I look forward to those games every console generation. So yeah, I definitely like that those games are here. I'm not going to sit there and go, oh, well, Microsoft needs to do this, this, and this, because they've done a good job of putting new IP out there, and the gamers just haven't done a good job of buying them for whatever reason. As far as I'm concerned, this year's going to be different. Like you said, like I said, there's not going to be a Halo or Gears this year. So, I mean, there is Halo Wars 2, but that's not a first-person shooter. So they're really kind of depending on some of these other games. And I think that, it's up to the gamers to really step up. But, Microsoft also has to put a good game out there. I think I think that people want to be surprised this E3 because Microsoft has really played it close to the chest with what they have. Like, we know what's coming this year, some of it, but beyond this year, we have no clue. And I think that people are upset because with Sony, they're like doing whatever they can to impress people, like no matter how far away it is. Like this article, I just read it on Twitter. Someone tweeted it out. PS4 console exclusive Death Stranding will enter development in full swing in 2017. So if you're entering development in full swing in 2017, your game's going to be probably 2019 at the earliest, right? I mean, to me, that game, so showing that at the VGAs in 2016 means dick to me. You know what I mean? Like nothing. It's like being excited for that is like being excited for a dick in the mouth. It's nothing. It's like, it's nothing, literally. So Microsoft, I like that they're doing the stuff. They're showing the stuff that we're getting relatively soon. I'm sure we'll see some stuff, and they could, let's say they bring back Fable and Fable 4 that gets announced at E3. I think a lot of people would be on board for that. You know what I mean? I think that would be a huge surprise. I think that we're in for something like that. You know what I mean? I think that they do have surprises. I think they even have surprises for 2017. But I think that for people to just go, oh, well, they need to stop doing Halo, Gears, and Forza. Whoa. Let's not get crazy. You know what I mean? Like, those are the standards as far as I'm concerned. It's just like, part of the reason I'm pissed off and don't like PS4 is because their standards aren't standard anymore. You know what I mean? They don't make them. So that's part of the reason why I'm a disillusioned PlayStation owner.
If I'm Phil right now, I would definitely have somebody that works very, very well in their CGI department come up with the most elaborate, dark, and almost Harry Potter-ish type of spin on Fable 4. Wouldn't that be something, Crap?
Yeah, I agree. I think that would be pretty cool.
We need more gritty. People bark up the wrong tree. People, we need this, we need that. You're wishing, it's like throwing a penny into a well when you're walking by. Ask for something more realistic. Like, just, can we? I would just like to see some of the same games that we have coming down the pipe, a little grittier. A little bit more realistic looking. And now with Scorpio, Crap, it's more than capable of giving us that. And I don't say make everything like that. We do play games, like you said, to kind of get away, right? To get into this, whatever. But at the same time, some people like what The Last of Us, what recent Uncharted, what that Days Gone. People like some of that grittiness. And I think that's the only thing that Xbox lacks. A lot of their titles are, I use the word cartoony, and I don't mean it to be so demeaning, but it would be really, really great if we could have something that was a little bit more like realistic and gritty.
Yeah, I mean, like for me, and we're busy today. Like that's right? Unusual. So hey, MNC Mornings. What's up?
What's up, man? Dirk Griggity here.
Hey,
Thanks
Diggity.
Day. I want to say, man, I'm emotionally invested in this console war. Like I told you guys before, I love it. It's fun to me. But I'm a little disappointed in some guys, man. I mean, there are some guys we all know who he just flipped the script and turned to a pony. That's fine, man. I mean, I understand people evolve, people change. Because I was a PlayStation guy, hardcore PlayStation guy myself, and I became an Xbox guy. I mean, things happen. But when you become an asshole, when you just become an absolute asshole, and then you wonder why you lost some subscribers, are you serious, dude? It's not because you bought a PS4 Pro, it's because you became an asshole, right? Anyway, I'm a little disappointed about certain things, and even guys, early in the console generation, there was a guy that always said, hey guys. I was a fan of his initially, then he became a PC guy, and then he became an asshole. So the thing is, we're not mad that you flipped the script and went to the other side. We're mad because you became an asshole. Yeah. Point blank, simple. I mean, it puzzles me how these guys just turn it and just turn this. I can't stand it. But anyway, fellas, I want to say one more thing before I go. Can you guys name me? Because we always hear from the ponies. PlayStation exclusives is so much better. I mean, with the exception of Naughty Dog, what is better? I mean, this generation, not all the Xbox Ones like games have sold great, but what the hell does Sony have besides Bloodborne and Uncharted? I'm really confused by this shit, man. I don't know. Well, thanks, fellas.
Yo, listen, let me have, first of all, Diggity.
That was a great call, actually.
It was a great call because sometimes when somebody calls in that doesn't have a podcast, they're able to express their opinion and it's just,
that's what the show's all about, really.
It gives you guys in the audience a voice instead of just being on Twitter with your 140 characters. You can actually call in and speak your mind. I
think this calls for a new T-shirt, and the new T-shirt's going to say, "We don't hate you because you play PS4. We hate you because you're an asshole."
Yeah, there you go. Hey, look, guess what? I managed to get a PS4 Pro, and nobody unfollowed me. I'm just saying.
Right. But I was going to break something up, and Diggity said it in the end of his call. Listen, I wanted to say this, okay? What the hell does PlayStation 4 have that I'm missing? I own a PlayStation 4. I don't know. And a lot of people start throwing me all the, the Kamasuki Dragon and the Fortal Bruce 18 and all this other stuff. Those are not games that generally satisfy the Western culture. So you've really got to, those are niche. Those are just little games that don't even sell well anywhere. They don't sell, they barely break over 100K.
That's why they shove them all out at the same time.
Right. They're just easy, old. I'm not saying they're not fun. Like some people might like them. I don't. So what I think Diggity was talking about is my things. Like someone that likes like this year alone, okay, we had Quantum Break. Then you had Recore. Then you have Forza. Then you have Gears. Then you have Dead Rising 4. These are exclusives to Microsoft's platform. And then Sony, you had Uncharted 4. And to say Bloodborne, that's fine. That's fine. It is exclusive to the PS4. But the thing about it is it's just Dark Souls 2.5. So it's between 2 and 3. People say that all the time. Luca actually called in last week, who's a Dark Souls fan, said, Bloodborne was an easier way for her to kind of get into the Souls world. That being said, The Order was a failure. No Man's Sky, failure. The Last Guardian, we'll find out that sales are going to show nobody bought that. I actually asked Dead Rising 4, actually, physical copy at the same GameStop that I went and grabbed mine. They said that The Last Guardian and Dead Rising 4 didn't have, they had like 14 or 16 pre-orders for each of those. So I think Dead Rising 4 is picking up momentum, where I think the Last Guardian is stagnant.
They've said already over 100 million zombies already killed in that game. So I mean,
that's what I'm saying. It's picked up. It's picked up quite a bit. So, anyways, long story longer, I think that Diggity brings up a good point for the masses. There's going to be some people that are listening to this being like, "That's bullshit," because I really like Kamasaki Dragon and I love Kung Fu Warriors '87.
Good for them. I mean,
yeah, that's great. But the majority of people don't like that, and I know Sony fans like to turn to sales. Go look at the sales of Kamasaki Dragon 16 down. They didn't do very well. I'm talking about look at Attack on Titans. How well did that do on any platform? You could take Xbox and Xbox and PlayStation 4 sales combined on Attack on Titans, and it didn't touch, what like maybe even I don't know what Dead Rising will do, or even what The Last Guardian will do. It just doesn't do well.
Yeah,
so,
of course it helps that if those games didn't suck like they did, like that game is just horrible, awful, in my opinion, just awful. Ugh.
Yeah, no, I agree. Jay, if we have another voicemail, we should probably hit some up.
Yeah, we've got a voicemail from HUD Zero.
Good old HUD Zero.
Hello, how you doing? This is HUD Zero once again. I just want to leave a special message. Shout out to Graphic Gods, who's been doing some great work. Remember, gamers play on the box. I just wanted to leave a special message and try out for maybe something you can probably do every single morning before you guys get started. Let me see what you think about this, okay? Good morning, all you crapaholics and mooch maniacs. This is MNT Morning. Grab your cup of Joe and listen to all the good facts about gaming.
Okay, sir, leave the jokes to us.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be an ass, but yeah,
no, that's all right. Hey, listen, he gave it his best, but yes, please leave the humor to Mooch and Crab.
Yeah. Well, okay. Good morning, MNC Mornings. What's up? Now we just lost the viewer.
Hey, Mooch and Crab. This is your analyst calling you from Long Island, New York. I just have a couple of questions for you guys. I want to know, what do you guys think about the new MOBA game we just got from Modiga Inc.? I don't know if you guys have tried it. It seems to be an Xbox exclusive / Windows for now. Maybe, I don't know. It's a great game. I think I like it. I don't know if you guys have tried it. Let me know. The other question I have is, what do you guys? Yeah, that's it. Sorry, man. Yeah, that's the only question I have for you guys. Okay, go ahead. Thank you.
What was the question, Crab?
He was asking about a game, but I don't think he ever named the game.
Jay, did he name the game?
Oh, I'm not paying attention to that stuff.
Sorry, sir. Well, like, you didn't name the game. I was listening for the name. Like, I thought he was going to say Paladins. Maybe he meant Paladins, which is like a MOBA type game.
He'll listen to what you guys are saying, then he'll probably respond on text.
Yeah, so. I think he meant Paladins, which kind of looks like it looks like Overwatch, but it's free to play. It's like it's sort of like or maybe he's talking about Gigantic. Okay, someone in the chat says the game is gigantic.
Okay, yes. Well, I haven't downloaded it, Crap. I know that there's a beta out there right now, right? Or is it an alpha?
Yeah, it's in game preview now.
Okay.
So yeah, and since it's free to play anyway, and it's okay. Like I thought it's okay, but again, it's like one of those free games, so I don't really think that I'll spend too much time playing it. But it's definitely a game that is worth playing if you don't buy a bunch of games. It's like it's interesting. It's sort of like it's not nearly as good as like some of the other MOBAs that I played though. That I don't know. I just like arena MOBAs. I don't like get into the whole farm lanes and freaking out over bullshit on like a lot of people. If you ever play like, PC gamers, they really like this stuff like Dota 2 or League of Legends, where basically it's just people yelling at you to farm the fucking lanes and do this. You know what I mean? It's like I don't like that. That's lame. So.
Yeah, that's a game that I'm glad you answered to it, because that's just a game that I can say is a mooch pass.
Yeah, I mean, I
gotta say, so far I'm 0 for 4 or 0 for 5 with games in game preview.
Yeah,
I'm just
Chicken Spaghetti likes those.
No, Chicken Spaghetti loves them. I mean, God bless them. I mean, you know what that is though? I think people who like game preview are also people who like to tinker with their cars. Like it's a Sunday afternoon. They're like, you know what I'll do? I just go out there and change the old flux capacitor on this bad boy.
The old flux capacitor.
I'm bored. Let me change a couple of pivot rods.
That's like those are like PC gamers. They like to build their PC. Hey, let me like crawl under there and
let me just crawl under here and get that motherboard loosened up. Give her a little oil. There's a lot of us that just work a lot. I work a lot, so when I come home, I just like to turn a game system on. I want the game and the system to work.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I agree 100%. Yeah, you know what? I want to go back to Diggity's comments as well. Like, that was the funny thing, because I see that a lot, and most people know who it is. No ill will towards that guy, because everybody cuts their own deal on YouTube, and sometimes people just, look for an out with a certain group or whatever, because there's certainly a way that you can play both, and you don't have to, like, piss off like the people that like one or the other. Like me, I have a PS4 Pro, but I managed to not piss anybody off. You have a PS4, you don't piss anybody off with it. If a game is good, you would play it. You play.
The people that dislike us on the internet, crap. What's funny is we don't sit here. All we ever say is just that we don't care for these type of games. I love Uncharted and I love The Last of Us. Anyone who follows me on Twitter, a few people said that they just picked up The Last of Us. And I said, well, hit me up on PSN. I'll play the multiplayer with you anytime. I'll pretty much put the controller on and play. I really enjoy that game. And I enjoyed the multiplayer too. So, I mean, people don't understand. They just, Jay, I think that call's been waiting. Jay, let's take that call. Sorry about that.
M&C Mornings. How can we help you?
Pull up the correct window.
And graphic. This is Jay Jones from Hamilton, New Jersey. Just giving you guys a call. I got a quick question for you. Been a big fan of Mooch ever since he's been doing the YouTube thing, same as Crap. I'm just wondering, we got the Crapaholics, we got the Mooch Maniacs. What are we supposed to call ourselves that like both you and call up every Sunday?
Is it the Goon Platoon?
You let me know what the nickname is you guys got. And one other thing that I have for you is we have all different types of game studios shutting down. It's more expensive to make games, this, that, and a third. Everybody forgets Xbox was going to go ahead and have everything pretty much all digital this generation, which would have led to a whole lot more sales. People say gamers aren't going out and buying games. Gamers are going out and buying games. The problem is there's a lot of gamers out there that go out and buy used games. We got studios shutting down. Meanwhile, GameStop is still open. I don't understand it. It ticks me the hell off. People need to stop buying used games, support these developers and all these studios that are making these great games that we get to enjoy for our own entertainment. Buy new games, people.
It's a good point.
It's that simple. And as far as everything that's going on in the community this past week, last I checked, Iron's supposed to be tough. Wolves are supposed to be smart and cunning. You folded quicker than anything I've ever seen, my man. I don't care. I'm not paying attention to any of your stuff anymore. That's just me. Everybody else can do what they want. And that's all I got to say about that one. Thanks a lot, guys.
Jesus Christ.
The audience is speaking their minds. But listen, to answer his question.
Look, honestly, that's them. And I always say everybody's entitled to their own opinions. We don't screen these.
No.
People can say and call what they want. If they want to get their voice heard about certain situations or whatever, that's fine. But when you have people that are like true and blue Xbox, and you can be critical of Xbox, right? But it's like when you sit there, and I don't care who this isn't just a knock. This isn't a knock at Iron Wolf or anybody in particular.
No, not at all.
But when you sit there and you go, oh, well, Xbox needs to step their game up, and you start naming that stuff, but then you don't realize that, hey, look at all the stuff that Sony needs to step their game up. You can't even change your goddamn name on PSN, and it's 2017 almost, right? Yeah. I mean, come the fuck on. Your controller dies after 3 hours. Yeah. How about you step your game up, Sony, huh? How about that? Oh, you give fucking indies that nobody gives a shit about month after month and up your price to $60. How about you step your game up?
Well, that's
Xbox
the thing.
has backwards compatibility and Sony doesn't. Fuck Sony. Why don't you step your goddamn game up? See, this is the thing that people are tired of. Like, this is the thing that people express to me even, and I'm like, look, it's not my place. If you guys can watch who you want, not watch who you want, interact with who you want, but there is a point when people go too far, right? Like, there was a point where, and I straddled that line earlier in the year with the whole Quantum Break stuff, and, you know, but then you come back from that, you know what I'm saying? I was never trying to abandon it. I was just expressing that I was unhappy with the particular direction. I wasn't unhappy with the Xbox. I was unhappy with the particular direction. So I think there is definitely a difference, and there's a way to handle
critical,
that.
Yeah, being critical is fine. I think it is a good thing. It keeps everybody on their toes, and it keeps the consumer as the captain, right, of the ship, which is very, very good. You know, I do want to bring something else up, though, that he mentioned. There was an era here, and it wasn't too long ago, people. It was about 2.5, 3 years ago, where GameStop was the gamers' #1 enemy. And now GameStop has become, like, with all the nonsense that's been going on between Sony and Microsoft, GameStop's like, hey, nobody's realizing we're making a shit ton off used games again. You know, GameStop really is, you know, and I buy physical discs sometimes, but realistically, GameStop is what's hurting. A lot of people just wait and go pick up the game. If it's not a huge sale that ends up happening, they end up getting it used for half price, like 3, 4, 5 months later. You guys don't think that hurts the industry, but it really does. And I know that Microsoft and Sony don't want to hurt their brick and mortar relations with Walmart and all these other big companies, because with them, they really don't. I don't think Walmart really plays. I mean, they have a used game section too now. But my point being is that I think digital games need to drop down by $10 across the board and get people to start buying the games straight from Sony and Microsoft. And that way that money is insured to go to the developers. I agree. Buying digital has more perks than just, I don't have to get up to put the disc in anymore. Buying digital also ensures that the money you're spending is going to the people that created the game. So I recommend buying digital on more than one account. Like I said, I've always told everybody, I'm about 80-20. You know, I'm trying to get to 90-10 digital. But even Dead Rising 4, I was talking to, shout out to Xbox Addict. Me and him were going back and forth in DM and having a blast chatting about a week ago. And he's like, well, what are you going to get? And I'm like, I'm probably going to buy Dead Rising 4, you know, digital. And he's like, oh, you didn't want the globe or the what is it there? The whatever it is, the snow globe. And I was like, what? I mean, we have so many like amazing like things around the house, and I have nothing that's like kitschy, you know what I mean? Like just something whacked out like crazy. So I went and I got it, and I got the snow globe, and it is hysterical because you know what? It doesn't look weird against all the other Christmas stuff in the house, but if you go up and look at it, it has a zombie head in a gift.
You know what? Like this show,
it's cool. You know,
this show really needs to be like 4 hours long.
Yeah, I know.
Because
that's
like,
why morning shows are 4 hours long.
Exactly. But it's like, it's so funny because we got all these. I know we got to get into the voicemails and stuff like that, and then there's a lot of calls. But yeah, Dead Rising 4, amazing game. A lot of people ask me while I'm playing it, hey, crap, should I get it? Get it now. Play it Christmas time.
Yeah, and it's not because we're boosting it to try and get Microsoft's. It's not that at all. Like, literally, you have no idea. Like, I played it for an hour and a half the other night, and then me and my wife were just having an awesome conversation. I just hit the menu button, right, and it's playing Christmas music. Like, amazing, like, orchestra Christmas music. It's really done well. And we're sitting there, and my wife's like, where's this Christmas music coming from? I'm like, it's the game. She's like, you got to be kidding me. So, I mean, it was like, it's just, it gets you into the whole Christmas theme. And if you're a zombie nut like I am, I mean, my only thing is this crap. I got my Giants are playing tonight at 8:30 prime time. So I'm actually going to have to put off the Walking Dead finale till next week. Yes, please. Thank you. Let's go G-Men.
Yeah, because there's a handful of teams that I really dislike. For the most part, I can watch a game and just not, just enjoy it, but not but like I hate the Patriots. I hate the Steelers. I hate the Bengals. I hate the Browns, which you don't really got to worry about the Browns so much because they're Cleveland. But
that's so Cleveland.
Yeah, that's so Cleveland, right? And I hate the Cowboys, because that whole America's team bullshit.
That's
it's like
Cleveland.
Nobody's more American than me, and I hate the Cowboys. Always have. So
if they're America's team, then explain to me why the Giants colors are red, white, and blue. Jay, let's take another call. No, Jay, if we have a voicemail, though, we probably should hit it up.
Yeah, we've got lots of voicemails. But I just want to just tell you guys that John had written me back. You remember the game that you guys couldn't figure out he was talking about? He was talking about Gigantic.
It was gigantic. Okay, we pieced it together with the
people
chat.
in the audience heard. Yeah, you know what? Like the funny thing is I got like 10 tabs open. I'm reading shit. I'm like,
crap. Real quick while Jay gets us another voicemail. Xbox Pope. Shout out to Tommy. He sent it way back up here. I'm looking for his chat. He said, I went to go change the water in my fish tank. It immediately turned brown the next day. I blame Mooch and Crap.
Yeah,
so I thought that was great.
Mooch
Thanks, Mooch and Crap. We're responsible for everything that went wrong. Don't worry about it. Just blame us. It's not anybody else's. It's not Sony's fault. It's our fault.
Yes, exactly.
Right. We've got a voicemail from, this is from last week as well, from Topsasan.
All right.
Topsas.
Listen, Crab, I just wanted to ask you if a lot of people are talking about Sony and spreading out their game lineup, but all I see are games promised to release this year and get delayed to the next year or in 2 years. And what do you guys think about it and why is nobody else is seeing it? And yeah, Topsasan, I'm out. I'm from Germany. Bye.
Okay, so I think he was wondering why people, what do we think about the games that are getting announced that are like years away? I believe that's kind of his question.
Particular game, or he's generally saying?
I think he's saying in general, like, what do we think about like the games that they're showing that are like years and years away? And I think we've been complaining about that like for a while now. I'm not for that, and it's not just a Sony thing. I was against that when Microsoft was doing that. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, this is something that when Phil took over, he said he was, going to end up keeping, games shown to, I think 6 to 12 months was always his rationale. But I wouldn't be shocked if now that this whole uproar about PSX coming out and people, maybe we'll see one CGI of like a Fable 4. I pick on Fable 4 because you said it earlier. But Fable 4 maybe with a great CGI that shows us something that's going to be coming out in 2.5, 3 years.
Hey, what better game to do that to? People think it's dead. Maybe reboot it. Just call it Fable.
Yeah, just call it Fable and make it as gritty as possible.
They could very well do that. Show something CGI and nobody could complain at that point. But it's funny because people complain with the Halo Wars 2 CGI. People complain with the crap. Remember, they're like, all Microsoft did was show CGI stuff. Right, like years away. This isn't like 10 years ago people saying that. This is a year, 2 years ago people saying Microsoft showed too much CGI.
Right.
Too many games that were too far away. Right.
Agreed.
And now all of a sudden it's fine. Like that is the thing that pisses me off. It's the hypocrisy of the whole situation. It's completely nonsense.
I agree. Hey, Jay, can we get a caller in from this week? Just want to hear some of the diversity that's going on in the chat from all the news that's happened in the past 7 days.
Let's bring back an old favorite.
I'm always looking forward to that.
Yes.
Hi, crap gamer, Mooch, graphics god who made me die with a shoe. I'm glad to be here today. Yoshida is in good mood because we kicked Xbox's butt so bad. NPDs, don't know why everyone buys my stupid cheeseburger Sony Pro, triple cheeseburger Pro in the house. People are just stupid. I know it's a fad like Bugle Boy jeans or something, but Yoshida is so happy today that I am here to bless you with a Christmas song. So let me start with the first one. 'Tis the season to give me codes. Good. Sean Murray, stop making fun of me. Fucking idiot. Hold on, let me smack the shit out of him. Sorry about that. You can't sing any better than me, Sean Murray. Okay, one more for you guys, and I'm leaving. On the first day of Christmas, Crap Gamer gave to me a code. Okay, that's about it. I'm gonna go count my money that all these naive Sony fans they give me all the time for me giving them a last broken chicken dog for Christmas. Goodbye.
You're listening to MNC in the Mornings. As always, remember, you can't take anything they say seriously. It's just jokes. Jokes performed by YouTube professionals, and usually the joke's on them.
Well, listen, before we comment on the great Yoshida, I want to go back to our last call in who said, what do you call people that call in? We definitely have our own whack pack. So we have a great group of people who just
I
love
call
to
them the
call
Goon
in.
Platoon, man. Yeah, like they call in and stuff like that. They're like the really good fans, man. I appreciate that. Like, you know what? It was such a busy week, and there's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of people know there was some bullshit nonsense on Twitter, and that's so like we didn't even advertise MNC mornings this week, you know, for the most part. You know, it was just, and so it was good to see that people still called in, still left voicemails. People are still calling. You know what I mean? So it's always good to see the support. And what's funny is like people don't understand that the good messages and the good joking around and the interaction and things like that, it means a lot because there is so much hate and discord that's involved now as well. You know what I mean? Like
there is,
and you know, it's one of those things. Like last night, we were just having such a good time with the game night, and then like again, Dark Optimist, shout out to him because he was like, he's the one that hooked me up with Dead Rising 4. He was just like, "Merry Christmas," and I was like, "Oh, okay." You know what I mean? Like I'm totally.
Mooch I got a lump of coal from from Dark Optimist. Yes.
Well, the funny thing was like I had it pre-ordered like you, like I had a physical edition, and then I hadn't picked it up yet, and so he's like, "Well, here you go," and then he's like, "Now you and Hellhammer can
great.
both play."
Dark's done some great things for the community. I joke. I 110% joke. Dark is actually one of the most entertaining people from last night's community game night. I thought everything he said, I was laughing my ass off. Very funny guy.
And the audience really just has to remember. They all just have to remember that.
Calm down. It's just jokes, people. No need to freak out like whiny little babies.
Exactly.
Listen, we get on. Me and Crap do somewhere. I guesstimate. Okay, depending on if we do a spot show for someone else too. Anywhere from 8 to 10 hours of podcasting a week. We've been doing this for quite some time. Crap also does his two video drops a day. That's a lot to talk to everybody and to have a lot of conversation with people out in the audience and reach out on subjects that you guys care about. So eventually a portion of what we do becomes opinion based and reaching out and getting, this is why people tune in to hear our opinions. A lot of times people go, well, that's ridiculous. I can't believe it. Why? And people on other channels, they end up, all they do is attack other people because they can't keep talking for 2 hours without something like, you know, hot and riveting. So what they do is they make drama. Me and Crap don't make drama. We actually just talk about our opinions based
about
on
gaming.
this week's gaming news.
I mean, they're pieces of plastic that we play for entertainment. I use them as an escape from things. You know, it's like you have fun. You go into these virtual worlds and you can do things that you can't do in real life, and you just have fun, and that's what it's all about. And then we have a preference and we have opinions and strong opinions on that. But the funny thing is like me and Mooch, we get called everything under the sun. We're evil, we're this, we're that. But then you look at the people that are saying those things about us, and they're the ones that are sitting there attacking people, making the comments, oh, go kill yourself, go do this, go do that, making the threats, photoshopping, doing exposed videos, quote unquote, nonstop about other men. We've never done any of that. We've never even attacked anybody on Twitter. No. Like, you can sit there and misinterpret or try to make things that we say or joke about and make it seem like it was bad or whatever, which now I make sure I put fucking sarcasm in quotations if I do something sarcastic because people are that stupid apparently. You know what I mean? You can try to spin
it is
that.
Crap. It's a lot of the it's the political correctness crap, and everybody. That's why I pay no attention to. If anyone thinks they're getting at me, you're not. I don't care. I really don't care. Like, you know, I know that the community is very strong. I know that we have a lot of people that support us. They're just not vocal about it.
Yeah,
you know,
I wish that would be the one thing. Yeah, I agree with that. Like, I would just love to be, you know, and so when you do hear people go, you know what, Crap, like last night I think Bam was saying it too. He's like, there's people that make videos about you guys and stuff. He's like that, and they're like attacking you guys and harassing you guys, and I never see you guys ever take shots at them back or do videos about them back. And I'm like, yeah, because there'd be no point. And so I was glad to see that the fans and the intelligent people see that, and that, you know what I mean, and that means a lot that they would see that and recognize that. It's also, that's why my point earlier, it's good to get the positive messages and stuff because there's so much negative, you know what I mean? You don't want the negative to outweigh the positive. And so I would implore the fans to be more vocal and to, if, you know, you enjoy something, because that means a lot, you know what I mean? We just, you know, like I was blown away. Like I literally have every game. It's not a big deal. I could have got, you know, I had Dead Rising 4 pre-ordered, but Dark was just like, here you go, man, digital code. You know, now you and Hellhammer can play. So I was like, oh, hell yeah. You know what I mean? Like that blew my mind, you know?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But you'd be surprised, man. We do so much for entertainment and stuff, and there's like very few times where people are like, well, here, this is for you, or thanks for what you do. You know what I mean? Like very little of that.
Well,
you know
the whole thing is that I go back to it all the time, and it's hard to like toot your own horn here, but like we talk for a long time, crap. A lot of people can't do that. So what they do on their channels is they start the drama nonsense because it gives them something to talk about. Me and you do a show like today where sometimes MNC Mornings goes 2.5 hours and none of it's scripted. People call in with a question and we fly, right? We fly with it. A lot of it's because we pay attention to what's going on that week, and also we enjoy talking about it. And I do think it's a skill set. You know, not anybody can do the Tonight Show. Like you see Jimmy Fallon and these people that are doing it, and you go, "Oh, that's easy. Anybody can do it." Not really. So it's like there's people who flop when they just do like a spot show host, and they can't hold it up. So a lot of times these people I don't pay any attention to them, and I recommend anybody in the audience, if you don't like people, what you do is you block them on Twitter and you don't subscribe to them, and they're gone. And as they said in the Mighty Ducks, they're not a has-been. There never was.
Exactly. And also just have some self-control too. Like a lot of people ask me like, hey, crap, well, what do you think about this guy that did a video about you? I'm like, I wouldn't think anything about it. I didn't watch it. You know, like people are blown away that I don't watch that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I literally have the self-control. I don't follow Sony people on Twitter. I don't interact with them. I don't go to Sony channels and leave comments. That's not me. You know, I do my own thing. It's optional stuff. Like I like interacting with the fans. I like Xbox. I like gaming in general. If Sony does something good, you know what I mean? Like people were surprised. I did an Xbox gift giving guide and a PlayStation one. People were like, "I'm surprised you just did a normal." I'm like, "It's a gift giving guide. You know that if people are PlayStation fans, these are cool gifts to give them." You know what I mean? Like there's not. I did legit reviews of Until Dawn, Ratchet and Clank, Uncharted 4. You know what I'm saying? Like it's,
right.
Like people just
you were both buying Horizon day one.
Yeah, exactly. I have that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
You know, so I mean, yeah. Actually, you know, Jay, if you got another call
or
actually,
yeah.
We've got a call here from. Let me just find it here. Sorry, Mark Boyle.
Okay.
All right, Mark. Let's hear what he's got to say.
Hey, Mooch. Hey, crap. Mark Collin from the UK. I had two questions I wanted to ask. The first one is if you think there will ever be a change to Microsoft's first-party approach to new IP. As good as the new IP has been, it's only really the sequels, Halo 5, Forza Horizon 3, that have sold. Do you think they will push mainstream IPs more or continue to pursue new IPs? Secondly, I was thinking about Game Over Greggy and the Kind of Funny Guys. They're a purely PlayStation outlet, but get a lot of influence on Metacritic, Video Game Awards, etc. Do you think there will ever be an Xbox equivalent, like an IGN Splinter Group, or would you guys ever think of joining up with other Xbox shows, like the Shop Podcast, the Next Podcast, DirectX Show, etc., start something serious in the mainstream? Thanks.
Well, the last part there, I like his point. I've always said we need to have an Xbox-centric game channel, very similar to what Game Over Greggy's publication is. I mean, he reaches a lot of people. I don't know how many subs they have. They have in the hundreds of thousands. I don't think what I've always said, and crap, you're probably in the same boat as me. I would always wait for somebody to call me who is already in a good spot and say they would want us to help. I think uniting with a bunch of other channels, we're all in that same group. We're not going to be reaching a different audience.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know, you'd need somebody larger than what we're all doing to tap us on the shoulder and say, hey, are you guys interested in doing this? There's going to, you know, when you start, you'll have over 100,000 subs because, you know, we're coming from this big publication and we're doing an Xbox centric show. Very similar to like, and that's a good example. It's a very good example with Kind of Funny Games. I watch them. I subscribe to them. You know, sometimes their stuff is just mind-blowingly, you know, fanboyish, but sometimes some of the stuff we do, you guys could consider the same. But I think it's only fair to have an Xbox. There's nothing out there that has hundreds and hundreds of thousands of subscribers that is Xbox-centric, where you have what was Game Trailers, you have Kind of Funny Games, Kotaku, Polygon. They're all just right, they're all right in Sony's pocket for the most part. And I don't mean that literally, but figuratively. Like, they're just part of Sony's.
Here's the thing. Like, I was watching this thing about like some of the top biggest controversies around gaming.
Yeah.
And one of them was this guy, Jeff Gertzman, who used to work for a publication, and he did reviews, and he gave bad reviews to Kane and Lynch 2 and some Sony games. And Sony threatened to pull advertising dollars off that site if he kept giving negative reviews. So, I mean, you have to believe that is still playing some kind of part in some of these things. Like, if you ever go to IGN or GameSpot or like any place really, you see a lot of times the latest game from Sony or Microsoft or whoever plastered all over the place. You know what I mean? Like, that is just how it is. And so you have to believe that there's something going on there, Yeah,
actually, I'm writing to Delilah right now, but I'll speak to her. She said, Mooch, Podcast Unlocked is but my opinion of Podcast Unlocked on IGN is it's forced. It's almost forced in favor of Xbox. It's not really an Xbox show. I mean, you had that Mitchie, whatever his name was, Mitchie D, and that other guy there
Mitch Dyer.
Mitch Dyer. And what's the other guy's name there? Destin Legary. And while they're talking about Xbox games, you've got Destin being like, "Oh, I played PS4 all weekend, and Destiny was great." And you're like, "Wait, what?" Where when you tune into the PlayStation side, when they do their Beyond show, there's no talk of anybody being like, "I don't know about you guys, but can we take a couple minutes to talk about Gears of War 4?" Like, they don't ever. It's not fair. So you've got people that make fun of Xbox on Podcast Unlocked, and you have people that only praise Sony on their show. So Podcast Unlocked really for me is wishy-washy. It's not really an Xbox-centric show at all. I mean, they talk about Xbox stuff, but then they bash Xbox. And I don't mean they can't be critical. You can be. But I mean, that first 2 years of Podcast Unlocked, oh my God. You had to watch it like half in the bag because they were just making fun of Microsoft time after time after time.
And it was like even over the stupidest things too, like the Power Brick or you know what I mean?
Power Brick or Mitchie D was like, can you believe it? Like with Kamasaki Dragon, those types of no-name, they're like, Sony just seems to be having all these games coming out and indies and blah, blah, and we don't see anything from Microsoft. And if I was on the show, I would have been like, Mitch, nobody's buying those games. Yeah, they're there, but who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Like
that was like all the fucking games, all these sites ran
like
with
the Swapper coming to PS4 only.
All the sites ran with their like top games from looking forward to at E3 or whatever. We hope to see at E3, and they do that every E3. And I remember one of them, and these are American sites, and like in their top 10 is stuff like The Last Guardian, Persona 5. Kamaseki Dragon 18. It's like these Japanese games that nobody gives two shits about. You know what I mean? Like, especially here. And so I always thought that was weird. Like, remember, Gears never even got most anticipated or anything. And who was that? Rod Ferguson's like, GameSpot, you're dead to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Basically. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, like there is a bit of some unfair coverage and things like that. But damn, I know we got so many voicemails. Jay, what do we got?
So we've got Sim on deck.
Sim on deck.
I recommend Delilah call in. Delilah's making Outside Xbox is a good show as well, but it just shows you coming attractions of games coming out. It's not really news.
I said Sim on deck, not Sim on dick.
Gotcha.
Right. Correct. Let's hear Sim.
Hey, Mooch, Crap, and Graphic God. First time caller here. My gamer tag is Sim on Xbox Live. My question for you is, which of the Xbox One S bundles do you like best, or which are the colors? There's the deep blue, crimson red, military green, gray, and the standard white. This question is for Graphic God too. Keep up the good work, guys. Peace out.
Oh, Graphic God loves getting included in the questions.
Let's let Graphic God take it away.
Yeah, go ahead, Graphic God. J-Dubs.
I love the Gears one, of course. I didn't get it. I kind of wish I did. But there was the issue of where my Xbox One S was going to be located at my house. It was going to be in my upstairs living room with my new 4K. And I know my wife wouldn't have wanted me to have this blood red, scratched up piece of furniture sitting there next to the nice fireplace. So I went with the standard white. But the Gears of War is probably my favorite. The next to that, what might be that space gray one that I really like. I wish they had to come out with a plain black one as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they probably will at some point.
A lot of people keep asking for that. I mean, with the question, I was kind of multitasking. The question was, which one did I prefer out of all the ones available?
Which one do we like? Yeah.
I mean, I got to say, so, boy, this is going to come off awfully vanilla, but so I have the Gears of War one, the red one with the laser etching. I have that one, and I also have so that's a 2 terabyte, and I have the 1 terabyte white one. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I like the white one. I can't, I mean, in my whole entertainment center is all black everything, right? But that white box is so elegant, so crisp. The design on it is just, it's immaculate. It's the presence of it sticks out, and I love the white. I really do. So I got to say, I like the white one. I thought that I wouldn't mind if they'd come out with a black one. I probably would have bought the black one just to keep everything the same. But I like that they made this one stick out. I think they did it on purpose.
Yeah, you know what? I have to agree. Like, I have the Gears one is great as well, but the white one, I have the Madden 1 terabyte as well.
Yeah,
but now like that thing is amazing. It's just sleek. It's I don't know. I think the white is just classy. It
is. It looks real good.
Also, this just in: tickets down to as low as $3 for Bengals at Browns today because that's so Cleveland. Just saying.
Delilah's gonna shoot you.
MNC Mornings, what's up?
Oh, konnichiwa, motherfuckers.
Who the hell is this?
My game, Patapong. Patapong. Please love my game one time. Moochie. I remember last night, yes? We talked about the Patapong Mooch, yes? Please love my game. This is all I have to say. Please love my game long time. Patapong. Patapong.
Well, there you go, crap. I don't even know what. Sounds like we could use a drop.
A drop of some sort.
Some sort.
Mr.
Producer.
Mr. Producer. Yes. Producer.
The producer of producers.
Calm down. It's just jokes, people. No need to freak out like whiny little babies.
Exactly. It's just jokes. And we have no idea who the hell that was. So
I have no idea who that was. And I don't even know what Patapong is. I did hear it as is that a game that's like coming out or it's out or?
I think that that is like a PlayStation 1 game or something, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's quickly get to another voicemail. I don't know who that was, but
yes, please.
Okay, great.
Okay, so next we have on deck is Brian O'Connor.
All right, Ryan.
I thought he's dead.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for supporting the Xbox community. My questions are, due to the decreased PlayStation sales and increased Xbox sales, do you think that any of the developers that have PlayStation exclusivity deals will break out of those deals and develop for Xbox? And what 16-bit game series do you think deserves a reboot? My pick is Streets of Rage. Thanks.
Good pick.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, what game do I think should be brought back from like maybe the 16-bit era?
Yeah.
I know they did this crap, but I wouldn't mind them doing it correctly the next time. Bionic Commando, I wouldn't mind seeing.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah, I think they could really make that an amazing platformer. Trying to think of what else that I would pick. I didn't hear the first part of his question. I heard the latter part. But yeah, I think that would be great. I'm trying to think of another. Oh God, there was another game that it was something. It wasn't Bionic Commando. It was a Commando something or another. But it was a vehicle game that was basically a north to south version. You played, moving the vehicles upward. It would be an indie game now at best. I don't know how they would recreate that into a three-dimensional space. But there was a couple of fun games we played back in those days.
I actually want them to bring back some of the Castlevania games.
Well, absolutely. But
there were some really good ones on 360, like the Lords of Shadow. But yeah,
crap. I want Rise. Have you been able to see what I've been putting together in words here? Do you see where I'm saying? Like, I kind of want Rise to morph into a Castlevania game where he has a whip and you get a little bit more of the undead, almost like a Bruce Campbell movie.
Yeah,
with that era of Army of Darkness.
Yeah, I could definitely see something like that. Like I loved Rise. I thought it had a great story. And the thing was, even though the main character died off, that he was like just a spirit had that guy anyway, right? Like that vengeance spirit. So that could happen to anyone at any point in time. So realistically, that could have been like a whole franchise thing right there. And it seems like they're kind of dropping the ball on that, you know?
Listen, someone in the chat clarified the first part. Thank you, Cam Baxter. He said he asked if developers in Sony's exclusivity contracts would break out of them and develop for Xbox. You know, I don't.
If they have contracts, you can't.
Right.
But it does make the Xbox One look more, you know, better, a better platform that you could actually sell some games to it. You know what I mean? Like as opposed.
Well, I read it differently, Crap. I think he means like, okay, Amy Hennig left Naughty Dog. I would have scooped up Amy Hennig. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I have a feeling that Microsoft tried to get like Kojima on board. He said he had other offers. You know what I mean? I can imagine that Phil probably made him an offer. You know, probably offered to give him his own studio. You know, but at the end of the day, he went home team. So I have a feeling that Phil offered Cliffy B a chance to run, you know, the coalition before Rod Ferguson.
Yeah,
and
I think
he probably was like, nah, I want to do my own thing. I love that old school phone ringing sound.
Great. Did you hear someone's phone last night actually rang like that for real at home?
Yeah, it's funny.
That was hysterical.
MNC Mornings, what's up? Yellow.
Good morning, guys. This is Xbox One from Anaheim, California. I was just going to remind everybody that next week is going to be they're going to show off the Zen processor from AMD. So I'm pretty excited about it. I take advantage of Play Anywhere. So I game on Xbox and PC. My PC is about 4 years old, so I'm about due for an update. So I was really looking forward for that. And well, we'll see. Hopefully they'll mention something about Scorpio. So, okay, so just want to see what you guys think about it. I'm pretty excited. So thanks. Bye.
Is that revealed this week, Crap? That's the 13th.
Yeah, I believe it's the 13th.
Is it in New York?
I think so. And Jeff
Because Larry Herb is on a plane right now to New York.
Yeah, I think Jeff Keighley's hosting it. There's supposed to be like some esports teams there and stuff like that. So, I mean, it'll be cool to, you know, I don't know. Like, I might watch it and see what happens. They might not be able to mention anything specifically.
Right.
But this is supposedly the CPU going in the Xbox One or the Xbox Scorpio. So
right. And I mean, they're probably going to mention more than that, but I definitely think that. I mean, the fact that Larry Herb's on a plane right now to New York, it says something. People have been asking about it all morning.
Yeah, I think that people are going to pay close attention to it for sure.
Absolutely. So no, I think that's what that is. And as far as that other thing, I mean, I got to be honest with you. This is just generic. It's just that the caller sparked the interest in the question. Man, I don't know. What am I missing, Crap? And you're the wrong guy to answer or to ask because you're just going to tell me what I already know. I mean, what is it that people like in PC gaming that I'm missing out? I don't get it. I mean, I guess the 60 frames locked all the time, but and don't get me wrong, as great as that is, the fact that I lose the community that I play with all the time, like I know there's the Xbox app, but that's not. It's just something for some reason it's not the same. That's what I keep hearing from people. It's not exactly the same.
You get to act like a self-indulgent douchebag. I mean, there's that.
No, there's always that.
Yeah, I mean, you get to act like you're better than everybody else.
I just don't understand. I mean, I have the capital to go build a rig. I don't have any interest in that. I mean,
I actually have one, but I built it sarcastically to kind of just say, hey, I have this rig that I can make these videos about how much I love consoles. You know what I mean? Like I can say seriously, my old PC would take me 2 hours to render a video.
Yeah.
And then I upgraded it, like Hellhammer built it, and now I can do a 5-minute video in like 8 minutes. Like
don't get me wrong. I guess if you're a League of Legends or Dota person, then I stand corrected because that's where people play that. But if you're not and you're like, I just can't wait to play, I don't know, GTA 6, like coming out in the future. I don't know. Like for me personally, the difference between the two, it's night and day if you're willing to spend $3,500, with an amazing screen and monitor but like I don't know, you already have a great TV in your family room. And then you just plug. Now with Scorpio coming out, it's going to be very close to what a PC can do. Yes, there are ultimate like $5,000, $6,000, $10,000 PCs that do beyond Scorpio,
like next gen.
Yeah, next gen 12,000.
Yeah,
but I mean, like I don't know no gamers complain about $60. I love when gamers complain about $60, but then at the same time they're like, well, I got to go build my $4,000 rig. Yeah, get out of here, dude. You're all talk.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? Like, if you're a PC gamer, quote unquote,
they buy shit parts.
Yeah, you can basically say that you have anything just to make yourself feel better.
I have a PC. Well, I'm using a PC right now to do this broadcast.
Me too. You know what I mean? I did PC to render a video that's going to go live at like 1. So, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think there's no, bottom line with PC. It's like, I don't know, with consoles, like everybody's on the same playing field for the most part, especially in multiplayer. PC, it's definitely different. It's not my thing. So
the Mega makes a point where he says you can buy cheap games. You can buy cheap games on PC. Yeah. I do understand that, but a lot of times, sometimes you also get a cheap product. A lot of times the PC games don't work, like the Batman Arkham Knight games, or the port over is just shitty. I don't know. I don't know why.
I've spent all this time investing in the ecosystem on Xbox. I have like 124,000 gamer score, something like that. So, like, to me, I don't want to sit there and play a bunch of games where, I don't know, I like gamer score. It's not the only reason why I game, but I like getting that. Yeah, it's it's like cool. Like, you're playing it and then you get those achievements and you're like, oh, that's cool. You know what I mean? It's like a little surprise. I dig that. So for me, I just think that I would never be like Steam wouldn't interest me at all because I wouldn't have any friends on there anyway. And it's the same thing with like PlayStation. Like, I can earn trophies on there, but nobody sees that shit anyway. So
well, we got a guy in the chat here, Jay Doe. He goes, Mooch, never compare a TV to a monitor. Night and day difference. You know what, Jay Doe? Don't ever compare a PC gaming chair to a couch. Okay, because a couch also always wins night and day. I mean, I'm sitting in a very comfortable, very nice executive chair I have in my office, and I got news for you. The couch is screaming my name. Yeah. So listen, I got news for you. We can go yin and yang all day on that. I just don't see the PC thing. I do get the money thing with the games. I wish we could get the $30, $25 new game price that PC gets in some cases on third party games, but I'm willing to pay the $60, and now in like a month and a half it drops to $40 anyway. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So Jay, what do we got going on, Jay?
Yeah, we got another voicemail, please.
Before we do the voicemail, I think it's time to play
Mooch and Crab's Total Recall.
Let's do it, Jay.
So the question is going to be, earlier in the episode, I mentioned a shirt that I'm now going to create. If anyone can call in right now, tell me what that shirt's going to say. You're going to win 1 month
code of EA Access.
Yeah.
Very cool, guys. So, yeah, call in now. If you remember what shirt Jay is going to be making and putting on his Redbubble website, you'll get a month of EA Access. So
MC Space Mornings on Skype if you want to call in 1 month. Battlefront's going to EA Access in 2 days. There's a bunch of games in there. It'll be a good time. So.
Yeah, and Mike Ortiz is trying to call in. He's saying, Jay, Skype's sending him right to voicemail. So any words for Mike?
Sometimes that happens when I'm already on a call. I can't take 2 calls at one time, right?
Right. So, Mike, keep trying if you're in the chat.
Yeah. So in the meantime, we're going to play a voicemail from Tony, the former pony.
Nice.
Yeah.
Damn, still here, man. Damn it. Oh, hey, Mooch and Crap. It's Tony, the former pony. Last week, you guys got a call from Vince from GameStop. Vince been looking for me. In fact, when I got home from work just now, he's out front of my house. I'm a little bit concerned, because Vince ain't a small guy. You heard him last week. The man's a beast. If you hear from him again, you just tell him that the console that Tony traded in was actually property of his little sister, Princess 448, which means that he actually traded in stolen goods, technically. So that's against the law. Maybe he better cool his heels. Oh, and another thing. Yoshida. He wants to play me in some sort of kumite or Mortal Kombat. Unfortunately, Yoshida, I don't play on the PlayStation platform no more. And I'm damn sure you won't play on the Xbox platform. But I'll tell you what I can do. You can play my little sister, Princess 448, if you want to. And you can lose to her because she got like little nimble fingers. She's really good at that game. And, you get beaten up by a little girl. I guess some of you Japanese are into that, I say some of you Japanese, I'm being politically correct. Not all of the Japanese, but some of them are into being beaten up by a lot of women. But anyway,
Jesus.
Better go. Just doing a U-turn now. See if Vince is still in my house. Okay, guys. Bye.
This is what happens when you open the mic to the public, crap.
Yeah, I mean,
It's just jokes, people. No need to freak out like whiny little babies.
exactly. It's just jokes, people. Just jokes, right? Come on. Just jokes.
Oh,
Just
God.
jokes. Hey, J-Dubs, do we have a wiener?
No, we actually don't have.
We don't have it. Someone's got to call in. They got to call. It's not a voicemail that wins it. It's a call in. So we're still waiting. In the meantime, do you want to play another voicemail, Jay?
Yes, I shall. And the next voicemail is going to come from Red.
All right, Red.
Okay.
Hey, Mooch and Crap, Red here. I have two questions for you. The first one is, if you were Sony, what would be your pitch to consumers this holiday season? My other question is, are you a fan of remasters? I really enjoy the show, guys. Keep up the good work.
What was the question on remasters, crap?
He was asking what would be the pitch for the holidays this year, right?
Right. All right. Well, I thought it was something with remasters or something along that line.
I don't know. It could have been remasters. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention.
I wasn't really paying attention.
No, I was looking at something.
No, I listen. My whole thing. The question was about remasters. Long and short of it, basically, is right now remasters I welcome because we've got so many new games that if you want to go ahead and remaster a 360 game or a PS3 game, go ahead and knock yourself out because now it just gets kind of jumbled into the wheel of wonder, if you will, for people to go pick games. Where before people were getting a little bit uptight with remasters, mainly because that was all we had. Crap, for like a year we were just playing remasters, and it felt like we were stuck in this vicious like rerun. Now, I'm enjoying very much my BioShock collection because I can play it intermittently.
Yeah, I just beat Arkham Asylum like that. I went back to it and was playing it here and there, like in the whatever. You know what I mean? Like just on the downtime or whatever.
Exactly.
And, so I like that, and I didn't buy it full price, and I think that's the cool thing. Is like, and I'll wait till BioShock goes down. I'm hoping it's on sale for the holidays. If they sell it, like if it drops to like $30, man, I'm there like around Christmas time.
I agree.
So yeah, I've come to terms with the remaster things, though. You know what I mean? Like they want everything going forward to look good for the next generations because there's not really going to be like the generations. So I totally get that. So
right. No, I'll be honest with you too. I mean, I think that you kind of hit the nail on the head, crap, when you said that. Like same thing with BioShock. I've played BioShock so many times now that I'm actually just enjoying playing it, picking up. Where before I used to play BioShock for hours and hours to do the story. I know the story inside and out. So now I'm just playing it for the fun of the game, and I'm also able to rack up some, extra achievement points because it's a remaster.
Yeah, see, I'm looking forward to that game because I never played the first or second one, but I loved Infinite. I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah. One. Well, I mean, two is basically just one again with a small twist, but you're gonna love one. That's all I can say. Two, I don't think you'll hate two. I just think you'll feel it was a little redundant.
Yeah. So, Jay, do we have a wiener yet?
I don't think so. So I say do another voicemail because we have many people that I know for a fact we haven't even heard from yet, and I know they're on the list.
Although to be honest with you, I
saw
couldn't
the list of people
the
called.
shirt was going to say either.
I remember. Well, hey, listen, if you call in, and even if you're close, we'll give it to you. You don't have to get every.
You don't have to get it 100%.
Yeah.
But Jay was like, if I made a shirt, it'd be something like this.
Right. You could be roughly, close to it.
But who do we got on deck, J Dubs?
We have on deck. We have Xbox Trigger.
Xbox Trigger. Let's go.
Always good. Always
rack it up.
Hey Mooch, hi Crap. Hey Jay, this is Xbox Trigger from Twitter. And before I get my question, I'm gonna say my last question was, what do you guys think will happen if Sony wins or loses NPD? It didn't get played last time, but now we know the answer is that gamers are going crazy. But this question is about, why do you see these fair-weather Xbox fans keep moving and switching sides all the time? Now, you see, even some people from that was on your podcast that you guys talked to did that. I don't want to say any names, but you know who the people are. Why do you think they do that? Like, are they really Xbox fans? I don't think. For me, I don't think so. I think they just follow the trends, and when the going goes get stuff, they move on. Anyway, thank you guys. Have a great day.
Man, the community really speaking out about this topic, man. They see it. I mean, they're smarter than I think people give them credit for. And I think Diggity put it perfectly about the whole asshole thing. It's not about which platform you use. It's just about not being an asshole, you know?
Right.
And so I think that, you know, some people maybe want to stay relevant, or, you know, some people maybe just like to play, you know, like I said, I've said this a million times before. Everybody cuts their own deal. Everybody has their own thing. Maybe not everybody like, look, what I do, it might not to you. You might think somebody might think that it's super easy to do 2 videos a day and then do some podcasts or whatever. Right. But just think of the amount of, I guess, creativity it kind of takes. And I think that there's some jealousy involved with that as well. But, you know, some people might need to do drama because they don't have the creativity to come up with their own opinion pieces. Some people might need to kind of create, and I've seen this with multiple quote unquote Xbox fans where they need to do where they try to get a quote unquote movement going to get something on the platform or to like get themselves heard or whatever. But you can kind of tell when that's fake and it's not organic. You know what I mean? Like I stumbled upon like stupid shit like the Quantum Break thing, that definitely not intentional. You know what I mean? Whereas other people, you could tell, you know, their quote unquote movements are just to get popular or to, you know what I mean? Like, and so that's what it has to do with, you know, and I don't think it has to do anything with like, wow, here we go. We might have a wiener. Who is this?
Great.
Yes. What's up?
Hey guys, what's up? All right, so I'm not calling in to win EA access, but I do want to say first, it's ha 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 ha. Since everyone wanted to try to mimic it last night in game time, but other than that, so my quick question is to all 3 of you guys. I'm kind of curious the way that Xbox is kind of marketing, giving away Xboxes. First, it was with I believe it was Pizza Hut, where if you buy a thing, you were actually able to enter in to win an Xbox One, which they were releasing. I think it was like pretty much almost every minute for like, no, it was every hour, my bad. And then from there, now they're doing jewelry, where if you go to one of these jewelry stores, you can get an Xbox One. What do you guys think about these approaches of how they're giving away Xboxes? And do you think it's a great method to do to get the Xbox into people's hands, or do you think they're overdoing it just a little bit? Have a great show, guys. And of course, as always, you guys are amazing. Bye.
Thank you, She-Wolf. That was very nice.
Yes.
Great compliment. Crap, let me just say this much because I think that's a great question. That's an awesome question, actually. I like what Xbox is doing with the Pizza Hut, this, that. Listen, what do we always say? Who dominates whether or not a console is successful? Casuals.
Yeah.
And the only way you're going to reach casuals is around this time, a lot of men are buying their wives, girlfriends, better halves, jewelry. Okay? So now you have that poised with that. Now maybe all of a sudden now you have an Xbox in the house that you gave to a kid that you weren't going to buy a gaming system to. Or even if you don't want it in your house, you gift it to a nephew or a niece. So you're getting a lot of casuals to get an Xbox One S to come home. And the same thing goes for pizza. People are ordering pizza. It's probably number 1, I believe, in the, you know, the generic, you know, Pizza Hut, Domino's, Papa John's. I think Pizza Hut still reigns king. And to do that and give it away, whether you want the box or not, you'll either keep it in your home and all of a sudden Microsoft has one more in their house, or you'll gift it and get somebody else into it who's a kid.
Xbox Pope mentions too, Kellogg's is doing Xbox deals as well. Right
Yes.
now, like Xbox is on like the Kellogg's boxes and stuff like that.
These are smart moves by Microsoft because they did it in the 360 era and it worked like gangbusters, buddy. It worked big time.
Yeah, you know what I still remember from the 360 era? The Mountain Dew commercial where you open it and he's like, I want an Xbox 360. It's the greatest day of my life.
Right.
Like, and he's running down the beach or whatever, right? Because they were giving them away like every hour. Like, I remember that vividly, and that commercial is like 11 years old. You know, so but for me, I think it's cool because if you're looking to get engaged or married or whatever, you're like, okay, well, she gets a ring, you get an Xbox. You know, that's win-win. You know, as far as I'm concerned. So,
right.
You know what I mean? Or, you know, you could give it away, or if you have kids or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, but for me, I think it's more or less them trying to say, okay, well, the ring's for her. He gets, I would much rather have an Xbox than a ring. So,
yeah. Well, what's Jay's thought? Because She-Wolf did ask all of us.
Yes.
Oh, we have possibly a winner.
Maybe a wiener. Yellow.
Drive up to Crap's window, please.
Hello?
Yellow. You're on the air.
Hey.
Yes.
Oh, hey, Crap. Just want to know why you haven't added me. Added you like 2 months ago, and I've been waiting, and I'm very sad about that. Thank you.
Did he win?
I don't know if that's I don't think that counts.
Nobody knows what I said. This is a total failure.
Well, you can ask another question if you want.
Not only that, Jay, but this guy is he's like, I added you and you didn't add me back. Like,
who is
no
it?
idea.
I don't even know who it was.
Who it was?
His his name is X Slap Nuts.
Well, that may be.
Oh, it's Slapnuts. Okay,
Slapnuts.
yeah, I'll add you back, dude. No worry. Well, here's the thing, Slapnuts. I usually add people that I actually game with. That's not derogatory. That's the man's name.
I know.
So,
I
you know what I mean? Like I have almost 5,000 people that follow me on Xbox. I obviously can't follow them all back. So the ones that I actually game with, I do follow. So I'll be happy to follow you, and then hopefully you can join in on game night on Saturdays or something, and we'll, hopefully.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's. I think you answered it. Fairly straightforward. I usually add people that I know want to play games, not just everybody who just says add me.
You know what I hate about the winter times around here? People burn their fucking leaves and shit. I don't know if that's a problem where you live, but out in the country here, they fucking.
It's actually against the law here.
Well, yeah, here it's like out in the country, fucking people pile up their sticks and shit and burn it, and then it stinks.
Yeah, no, we don't get that here. If anyone does that here, you definitely get in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. Well, I live in the fucking country with hillbacks and fucking other people.
Welcome to. You moved to the burbs.
So do we? I know we got plenty more on deck, J-Dubs.
We actually have a wiener.
Oh,
who's the wiener?
Who called in?
It was Arnold Posey.
Arnold Posey.
Arnold Posey.
So he didn't want to actually come on and say hello. He just wanted the code. So
okay,
congratulations.
All right, well, congratulations, buddy. You don't have to.
Congratulations.
It is America, and you have that right.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's fine. I would, Jay, not to keep pressing you, but we're nearing the 1 o'clock hour, and I know there's 4 voicemails that I just saw the list of people that called in. I don't know what they said, but I know we haven't even touched those 4 that I know.
Yeah, if we go a little bit long, that's fine. But let's go ahead and let's roll some.
Sure. So let's go to Def Jam Band.
Oh, always good to hear from the soundbar king.
Crank down the soundbar.
Yeah, turn it down.
What's up, Graphic God, a.k.a. J-Dubs, Mooch and Crap? You already know who this is, your boy Bam Bam. I don't really have no question for y'all. Just wanted to say, keep up the good work. And keep the haters hating. Keep doing what y'all do. One.
Nice.
Oh, soundbar is life. Don't forget that. Soundbar is life. I know y'all going to be talking about my soundbar after this voicemail. So, I'm going to be laughing my ass off at y'all.
Well, you know what's funny? Like, Bam joined the party last night, and I'm like, well, I can't hear fucking Bam. Where the hell is he? And then I look, and I had him muted from the previous week.
Yeah.
Because he had, like, the soundbar cranked up to 11.
Yeah.
I couldn't fucking hear anything, man.
Cranked up to 11. You forgot a couple of zeros.
Yeah, like, that shit was loud. I was like, holy shit.
The best part about Bam that he doesn't realize with the soundbar that's so great is he'll put the soundbar on deafening, and then he'll be like, step away to go get a drink or something.
Yeah.
So, like, we're like, hey, Bam, can you turn it down? And he's like, and if someone's been asking me to do it. They're like, what? Like, you can't even hear each other.
Okay.
Okay. What? You can't even hear. Everyone's just screaming. And then he comes back and he's like, how's everybody doing? And we're like, turn it down. Can't hear.
You can't hear shit.
So, yeah, a little John for everybody today. But, like, realistically, Bam's soundbar has become more famous than most people on game night.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
And he's also, just for a guy that started off, like, just joining us in game night and stuff, been on, like, every podcast.
Yeah, he really
everyone. He's been on.
Bam's good. Bam can communicate. He talks, and he seems to have Tommy Guns in the chat's like, yes, you did, Little John. That's great. But yeah, so it's
He's got the Noof Nukem syndrome though, where everything's a zinger.
Yeah, everything's a zinger.
Everything's a zinger.
Someone will hit him with something like, well, Bam, you didn't do this on Mortal Kombat, and he'll be like, it's on track.
Yeah, it's on track though.
Don't worry about it. It's just like those PSVRs. They're on track.
Yeah, exactly. 68,000, by the way.
68,000. I'm sorry. Oh my God. I don't think I've ever really laughed on live. That was great. 68,000 units sold. It's the next great thing, everybody. Next great thing in gaming. 68,000 sold.
2.6 million this year. Get out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Crazy.
But we're crazy.
Yeah, we're insane.
We're the crazy ones. 68,000. Holy shit. There was more free lollipops handed out at banks this year.
Guess who's on deck? Space Cat.
Oh, give me Space Cat, please.
Yes, please.
It's perfect.
Hey, what's up, Mooch, Crap, and Jay? Since I just won the 12-year gold membership, I can purchase a new $60 new Xbox game. And what game do you guys think I should get? I was thinking, Dead Rising 4, the new Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered, Dishonored 2, Final Fantasy 15, or, Gears 4. Thanks, Mooch, Crap, and Jay. Okay.
okay.
It's great. It's so good. It's so good. Space Cat has become, oh God, it's got to be my top 2 favorite call-ins.
Yes.
I would say probably,
Stay away from Dishonored. Stay away from Dishonored.
Yeah, stay far away from Dishonored. I don't know, Crap. I mean, I very easily I'd like to say to get Gears because I think Gears is the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, I would say Geared, but you know what?
Dead Rising's fun, man.
Dead Rising's fun. If you like shooters, though, you can get 2 campaigns and 2 multiplayers with Call of Duty. And
True.
it's only $60. It's already down to $60 for both of those. So
yeah, the only way I would say avoid Call of Duties if you're CODed out. If you're Call of Dutied out, but otherwise, yeah, you're right. For your value, Crap is right. That is the best.
Yeah, I mean, two really good campaigns, and the Call of Duty 4 stuff is getting all the other maps in 2 days.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, for free. So that's cool. So yeah, I would definitely say Gears first. Anyway, Gears is only $40, so you'd have $20 left. So I mean, yeah, I think that those would be the best thing. And thanks for calling and enjoy that year of live. See, people do actually win stuff. We give it away, and
absolutely,
and they get it. So
yep,
awesome.
Hey, we got another one. There's
yeah, we've got Mel on deck.
Oh, good to hear from Belle. Definitely looking forward to it.
The female demographic.
Yes.
Good morning, Mooch and Crap in the mornings. Good morning, Jay. Good morning, everybody listening. Mel here. So my question for you guys is, what is on your Christmas wish list? What is that thing that you really, really, really want, whether it's a console, a game, an accessory, or an iPhone 7? What is on Mooch and Crap's wish list? And Jay also. And everybody listening, please hit that like button for such an amazing show, guys. Keep doing what you do because you do such a fantastic job. Mel out.
Is she jingling bells in the background?
Yes, that was great.
Okay. That was great. I'm like,
don't
okay,
forget,
jingle bells.
Xbot and Mel have like the craziest setup for making like everything on a podcast pop. They can make it. They have like amazing setup. Yeah, no, thanks. I would say, I don't know, Crap. The problem with being, it's a good problem to have, right, Crap? With the world that we're in, and doing podcasts every week and being so in touch with the community, we kind of get the games that come out pretty much when they come out. There's a few we choose not to buy because it just doesn't hit our genre. But so I don't really have a game per se that I would want right now. But I would definitely say that, like, geez, I even got my headphones as of late too. I was gonna say I wanted a pair of the Astros, but those Astro A50s are great. There was something, I can't remember what the hell it was now, but it'll come to me. iPhone 7, Mel, to be honest with you, I was going to wait because this is the first time I haven't gotten a new iPhone at the big number release, like 6, 7. The rumor is 8's coming out next year, and with the OLED screen that it's supposed to have and all these other fun nuances, I'm waiting. I will be picking up an iPhone 8 or whatever they're going to call it next year, a 7S or an 8. I'll be picking up that one, but I don't know. I'm going to turn it over to you and brainstorm for a second. What do you put on your wish list there?
I want, like if anybody wants to get me anything, or I always tell them just to get me Xbox Live credit.
That's what I say too.
Yeah, because
boring to say.
Yeah, they're going to do. I know that's kind of boring, but to be honest with you, like I get most of the new games new, but then they do the deals for the stuff that I missed. and so it's good to always have credit. So like, say BioShock is on sale this holiday, then I could get it. You know what I mean? Like that would be pretty kick-ass, you know, like as far as that goes. Because to be honest with you, like most of the stuff I have, like if it was on somebody else's dime, man, I'd take PlayStation VR. You know, just being like, can you imagine the videos I could do with that? I could like show myself puking and stuff.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I really wouldn't even want that. I do know where you're coming from with that. But I guess I would say the same thing. I've said to my wife's always like, well, people in the family want to know. I'm like, well, just give me Microsoft gift money. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, something that I can apply to either digital games or hardware on their store. But yeah, it's not a fun answer, but it's an
hey, look
answer.
look what Baron Grode just put in the chat. I thought that was a funny comment. I'm not going to read it on air, but that was pretty.
That's very funny.
I think I was included in that question. So
yeah, go ahead, please, Jay.
My 2 cents. So this is going to really expose my inner nerd, but I'm a big retro gamer. And I do mainly most of my retro gaming on my Ouya. Yes, the Ouya. People still have that thing. And if anyone owns an Ouya, they know how terrible the controller that it came with is. It's a piece of crap. I mean, it's got the proper layout. It almost looks like an Xbox controller, but it's a terrible controller. It's got this touchpad on it for like mouse simulation. Anyway, I'm looking forward to getting a really good Bluetooth controller to work with my Ouya so I can play some older retro games. I was talking with Danny Boy. We know Danny Boy from Twitter. He was mentioning to me today that he's playing the Phantasy Star remake. If anyone knows, Phantasy Star was a game that came out in 1988 for the Sega Master System, and they had sequels on the Genesis. And anyway, one of my favorite RPGs. He was telling me that he plays it on the PlayStation emulator, and that's something you can play on the Ouya. Therefore, now I'm looking forward to getting myself a really good controller, hook up to my Ouya, and maybe play some Phantasy Star remake. Unfortunately, the new Xbox One S, even though it's a Bluetooth controller, doesn't connect to my Ouya, so looking for something like that. So yeah.
And you would also like the Surface Studio.
Oh yeah.
That was great.
I just rolled a little bit on my microphone there.
Hold on. Here.
Hey, Jay, if you get that, since you got your Surface Pro 3 from the Microsoft event, you could send that to me. I'll take your old 3 when you get the new one as a gift.
So funny because I thought I was being really smart, and I put like a little Kickstarter thing on my website for people to donate to my Surface Pro fund, and I haven't received 2 cents yet.
Hey, come on, community, help a guy out, man. Jay Williams does so much.
Help a guy out.
Yeah, help a guy out. Come on, Jay. Come on, hey Jay. Who do we got else on deck?
We got another voicemail. I know we got a few.
Yeah, we do. Let's play Luca.
Luca on the second floor.
Luca on the second floor.
It's a song, people.
They don't know.
Crap, J-Dubs. I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible so that other people's voicemails can be heard. I know a lot of people weren't heard last week or maybe 2 weeks ago, depending on when this gets played. So I'm just going to try and make this quick. But anyways, first it was awesome having GKB and Hammer on the show last week. I was really happy they were able to fill in. To be honest, I almost turned off the show when I heard Mooch wasn't there. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, yeah, if She-Wolf was looking for me, sorry for the hassle. I haven't used my Twitter since last year, and I don't really use any of my social media accounts since employers can access your stuff like at the click of a button. And I think it's better to say play it safe than sorry. But I did send She-Wolf and Mooch tweets today. I'm leaving this voicemail on Monday, but if you guys didn't get my tweet, let me know. I'll try sending it again. Twitter is kind of a mystery to me these days. Also, quickly, I hope he's in the audience today, but GKB, I totally feel you, bro. Bloodborne was my first Souls game. You're totally right. It resonates with me more because it was my first experience in the series. But, I do, like you, I think Dark Souls as a whole is amazing. And Dark Souls 1 in particular really, really spoke to me. And I find every game in the series to be compelling. Even Dark Souls 2. I really like Dark Souls 2. And that's probably a taboo thing to say, but I like it a lot. Now, my question is, since I am a first-time Xbox user, which first-party title should I try to get into so I can get the full scope of the Xbox brand? Like, I know the stories of Halo and Gears because my brother played all of them, and I like to watch the Rad Brad. So I've seen the stories for those original games and those titles. So I could just jump into any of them and it wouldn't be a problem. But which one would you guys recommend for a first-time Xbox user? Anyways, I love the show as always, and I will catch you guys later. Bye.
Hey, I'm glad she kept that short.
Yeah, there's a guy in the chat, Rob Medic. He goes, so much for quick. That was really great. Yeah, I don't know, Crap. What do you think? I think I think she should start on Halo, though.
Yeah, like the Halo maybe you'll win it because that's what the prize is. So
That's right. Halo Master Chief Collection is
Yeah.
I was actually thinking about starting that up again. Crap. Would you run through that or that?
Yeah, you know what? I would actually. Like I need to go through 3 and 4.
Okay.
And actually probably Hellhammer would join too. We could probably play it on the
Should we
difficult
dare?
level.
Should we dare to do it on Legendary?
Remember when Halo 4 no, Halo 3 I've done on Legendary on the 360 back in the day.
I did it on Master Chief Collection. I beat all of Master Chief Collection on hard or hardcore, whatever it is, but I haven't done Legendary on any of them.
Yeah, I haven't done Legendary on them either. So, and I also have ODST to go through as well. She talks really well. That's probably why She-Wolf wanted, you know what I mean? Like, she handles herself well. Like, I think it'd be a good opportunity if she could.
I do. My other recommendation, though, Crap, for Luca, though, she would have to get somewhat acclimated on Twitter some way.
Yeah, yeah. Look, here's the thing, right? Like, my Twitter is Crap Gamer, which has no association with who I am in real life. It's just a character. So, like, if you had, I would just create an account for gaming, a pseudonym or whatever, and then just go from there. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I do, and that's what Mooch does. I mean, people don't go, "Hey, Mooch," you know what I mean?
Right? Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Hey, Mooch, I need those TPS reports.
Yeah, exactly.
No problem, sir.
Exactly. When I'm training dogs, they're not like, "Hey, Crap Gamer, can you train my dog?" No.
So what did Luca say? Luca said when she found out I wasn't on, she almost didn't listen last week.
Yeah, and then
that's a
she
true
said,
Mooch
"Just kidding."
maniac.
That is,
Mooch
yeah.
maniac
Come
in the
on.
house. Uh-oh, Crap. Come on, don't start.
Come on. Yeah, and I need as many of that demographic as I can get.
I
Man.
know, right? That's
One
great.
It's like 1.75 or something. It's pathetic. It's really bad.
We got
The
2 more
sausage
calls,
fest.
Crap. Let's do our last 2 and then spin the wheel.
I'll tell if she likes racing games, Forza.
Absolutely, Forza's a great pick, but I think
Yeah.
Halo's where you should start.
Yeah, Halo is where I would start, and then like the Gears, you could probably get Gears codes all damn day.
Yeah.
Like, Gears 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
and
They're like candy corn on Halloween. They're everywhere. Yeah.
and nobody wants them.
And nobody wants them right now already.
Okay, so we've got John Thomas waiting.
All right, John.
Okay. What's up, Johnny?
Hello, Mooch and Crap. This is John Thomas the Gamer. I have several things to say to you guys. You guys rock. I like your shows. And I'm getting Zelda for the Wii U. Are you planning on getting the new Zelda game? I don't want it for Switch. I just got my Xbox One, and I can't wait to game with you guys. I think we should get Street Fighter back. All right, bye.
Nice, John. Thanks for the call. I appreciate it. John is a new Xbox One S owner. He tweeted out, I think, to even Phil and everybody when he got it, and got a retweet, which is more than we get. Crap.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's
We're
but
dead.
Yeah, we're dead. Yeah. But anyways, no, John, that's great. I think as far as Street Fighter getting it back, I think you'll see it back when it comes back around again. Street Fighter V was just a disaster on the PS4. So
Yeah.
I think you'll see that even the Capcom. Remember, what was it? Marvel versus Capcom. It was that's going to be exclusive. It's not. It's
yeah.
not.
So yeah, I would say I'm gonna get the new Zelda. It looks good. I'm gonna get it on the Switch though. Like I'm done with the Wii U.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
the Wii U. I'm just packing everything up, bringing it back. I'm going to get my Chuck E. Cheese tokens for it, and then I'll buy a Switch.
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do as well.
Yeah.
You'll get like $25 for it. Like here's a
You're gonna get
a pack
nothing.
of gum and $25.
Yeah, here's your Jelly of the Month Club. We'll
Yeah,
see you
I spent $400 on
Thanks.
this.
Yeah, right. It's like $400 or $500 for nothing. Oh my god.
That's why I got like an OG Xbox One still just sitting here, but like it doesn't really do me any good because nobody wants them damn things anymore, and like you can't get anything for it. It's like so it's like worth it to me as a backup, I guess.
That's great. Jay, want to hit that last one up?
Sure, and I'm actually a little confused. We may have actually two more.
Okay.
Did we play John Morton yet?
I don't think so.
Okay, let's go John Morton.
It'll be nice to catch up.
Good morning, Mooch, Win, and J-Dubs. This is Cadnar75 from Sacramento. I totally blew my first call-in about the Project Scorpio. I meant to say an early release price for the Xbox like they do for games, not a premium price. Sorry for the confusion. Okay, now for the first part of my question. Have you guys played The Division since the 1.4 patch came out? To me, this game was worse than Destiny, which I have completely stopped playing. Now, it's better than Destiny simply because I can play it solo and get the best gear. I farm the world bosses regularly and plan to do solo challenge mode, which I have done twice, once for the Lexington Center and once for another mission, I forget the name. I do feel like Destiny did a better job of implementing strategy to beat the raid bosses, so I give it props for that. The Division has some glimpses of that, but just not near as good as Destiny in my opinion. But for Destiny, getting a group together for the raids was too much of a pain, which is why I quit. So there may be many, but if each of you would talk about something that the Division needs to do better or change or implement, thanks. But before I go, I just want to say that I think your dynamic on the show works well. It keeps me entertained. So much, in fact, I wish you would do it more than just once a week. I think having a guest on the show once in a while would be a good thing, but maybe just for a few minutes, half an hour, not the whole show. And when I have two girls, ages 2 and 4, so I use the child's appropriate version of your name. Unfortunately, I have to follow rules, and that's what I came up with. My bad. All right, continue with such a great show. I look forward to it every week. When you're my favorite YouTuber, I watch all your reviews, even though they're your name, of course. They're awful. No, I think they're great. All right, bye.
That was awesome, actually. You know, he's our version of James Earl Jones. If he could call back in next week and say, Mooch, it is your destiny, I would absolutely love it. He has a great voice, great radio voice, by the way. And a lot of people have given me that great compliment. One being Noof. Noof does radio for a living. So I took that as a great compliment, but that gentleman also does. Listen, when it comes to the Division, I don't have a lot to say. I left it a long time ago, and I was kind of happy I left it. But I have been willing to think about going. Bam's a big fan of it, so he can kind of walk me through and tell me what the hell I've been missing for the past year. He did have someone in the chat. He did have a Morgan Freeman. It was either slight Morgan Freeman or James Earl Jones voice, which was awesome. You know, he could have done a Lion King segment. Nonetheless, I don't know, Crap. What's your take? I wouldn't mind trying the Division again. What I think it needs is I think it needs to stop being buggy. I think they need to make it so that their guns aren't rated by the hundreds of thousands in points. Keep things like easy, simple. Like Destiny, yeah, Crap. I understand you haven't played in a while, and yes, the light level is now to 400. But like now going back into Destiny or Division and playing the game, they're like, come on, Mooch, you only got to get to like 650,000, and I'm at 82,000. You're like, womp, womp, womp. You're like, I'm not going that high. That feels like it's out of range. So make the game less buggy and add more stuff. Like we're Central Park. We were supposed to be in Central Park by now, right? We were supposed to be over by the George Washington Bridge and doing something over there. Like those different parts of New York City that you promised us, and not just these wacky little standalone things that you guys are talking about. I don't know. What's your take, Crap? You played Division.
Yeah, you know what? The Division is okay. I mean, I haven't played it since the updates or anything.
Right.
But I think it's okay. I think that it needed more story-related stuff. Like the story was kind of short.
Yeah.
It was fun to play like the co-op stuff with friends. I wish they would didn't they cut off the map? Like they cut it in half or whatever, and we're supposed to get those stories as well, and we still haven't got those. So I don't know. Like I'd be interested in maybe going back to that one day, but it would take a little bit of work on their part.
Yeah. Well, we got K Mega and Bam in the chat. We can always K Mega and Bam, as long as you don't mind bringing me and Crap back up to speed. I guess I wouldn't mind playing Division with you guys, since it's you guys. I need somebody who's actually been playing the damn thing. So we should reach out and see, because a lot of people keep asking us. The reason I'm inquiring about it, Crap, is a lot of people keep asking us about the Division, and I haven't gone back to it.
Yeah, I
So,
haven't either. So
it's hard
maybe,
to talk about.
Yeah, maybe later this week or something. I'll try it out and see what's up.
Right. What's our last voice message, Jay, before we spin the wheel?
Yeah, it's our good friend Matty Beast.
Matty
Beast. Always good to have him.
Hey, MNC Mornings. It's Matty Bootstomp. Ooh, wait. No, Matty Beast. This past weekend, I tuned into that PSX, and I got to tell you, as a gamer, it was pretty awesome. Saw a lot of cool stuff, lots of great games, lots of things to be excited for. The Last of Us 2. Saw some of that new Uncharted offshoot stuff that looked really cool. Just a lot of neat games, a lot of things to get excited for. It was pretty cool to see a lot of gamers and fans really get into something like that, and just a lot of excitement. My question to you guys is, do you think Microsoft should have done something similar for the Xbox? Should they have had some sort of a fan fest or some sort of a little thing to bring us all together and kind of showcase some of the things we've got coming up? Or do you know what? Do you just wait? Because you got Scorpio on the horizon, and what are you going to do for that? You're probably going to have some sort of a special show for that. So I'm just curious to see what you guys think. Should they have done something? Did they miss an opportunity here? Thanks a lot, and keep up the good work. We'll talk to you next week.
Well, good question, Matty. You know what? I think that there should be at least two shows a year. I liked what they did with like 2 years ago with E3, and then they did Gamescom with different games. But I wouldn't be opposed to them doing their own event and splitting the games. But I don't want to see games that are 4 years away. Like, that's not my bag.
Right. I mean, I think right now is what Matty kind of answered his own question. They have an event that they're going to have probably for Scorpio. So you're going to show something now, then something in May, then something in June, and then you go. It's Phil has said it a number of times. They don't want to bore the audience. Like, there's only so much they can show. And Sony doing what they did. What did they show you? They didn't show you really anything. They showed you 9 remasters that are coming out for PlayStation 1. Yay. Then they showed you Ellie playing the guitar and Joel doing fucking chin-ups on an old bar, bar workout thing over the door. Like, he's just standing there, they're just talking. She's playing a song. I think it was an old, what is it? Johnny, what is his name there? Who's the guy who does all those really, really sad songs? Johnny Black, or what is it?
Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash. And it is what it is. It was just a show. It was a lot of glitz and glamour with not a lot of game. You also had the CGI that they showed at the Game Awards of Death Stranded, or whatever that thing's going to be called, from Kojima. That's just it was no gameplay. So yeah, I mean, I guess you can get excited. You guys go to the movies all the time. When you go to the movies and you sit there and all of a sudden you just see like a coming attraction that doesn't show you any of the movie. It just says like, next year we go back to the future. And that's it. And you're like, oh, wow, that's cool. Another Back to the Future is coming. But you didn't see who's playing Marty. You didn't see who's playing Doc Brown. You don't even know if they're in it. We just saw something that will be, but it's not actually gameplay. So I don't know how excited people got for that. And then you saw whatever you did see in gameplay was like a multi-plat, like the Marvel versus Capcom, etc. So I don't think Phil likes to do it when he's got E3 is a big deal. They're going to do a hardware reveal. Who knows? Maybe the PSX will push them in the direction of doing a small show next year, but they're certainly not going to have one this year with the reveal in May on Scorpio.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that makes the most sense. Don't go like too crazy with that. Like, I don't know. You have to remember that there's different sets of standards for Xbox and PlayStation. So, Microsoft couldn't get away with showing stuff that's 3 years away. The media and the gamers wouldn't let them.
Right. Yep. Well, hey, listen, I don't know about you, but I got Wheel of Wonder fever.
Yes, Wheel of Wonder. Let's grab
it. So, Jay, why don't you get that set up? While me and, as Crap would say, we'll talk amongst ourselves.
I've got it all ready. I just wanted to. I'm looking at the chat, and I'm noticing the couple of people in there. Like Mike Ortiz is saying that he hopes that his voicemail was played. Well, unfortunately, Mike, I don't think we've received anything from you, unless you're under a name that I didn't recognize. What we're trying to really get people to do is send in their voicemails through email. Skype is very, very unreliable. I've noticed.
Jay, I'm only chiming in because Mike, go to Jay's YouTube channel. He's got tutorials for iPhone and Android.
Yeah, it's really, really simple. And to be honest with you, the voicemails come in a lot clearer when we do it that way.
Yes.
Because people, like you guys said in the earlier episode, people can re-record stuff until they get it right. Whereas when they're sending stuff through Skype, they have one chance to do it unless they want to send a second one, which is people don't want to do that. So
right.
It does get a little confusing. But regardless of all that, I'm going to get the Wheel of Wonder ready here.
Mike, also, if you did do your voicemail on Friday or after Friday, Jay always says that goes to the next week because he starts prepping for this week starting Friday because he's got a lot of other things going on.
That's right. So if you guys notice the new Wheel of Wonder, we've got some festive decorations here.
It is very Christmassy.
Yes. So, and just to remind everybody that this is for Halo Master Chief Collection. Here we go.
Dun dun dun! Brian O'Connor.
I don't even know what Brian called in about. Shame on me. What the hell was that early on, Jay?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't too early on because remember I was like I thought he was dead because that's the name of the guy from Fast and Furious.
Yes, that was the middle. I apologize. Middle of the show. Well, congratulations, Brian. Very cool. If you don't own it already, that's a heck of a game. If not, gift it to a friend.
Yeah.
Let them enjoy it.
Absolutely. Heck yeah. And it's been a hell of a show. And make sure you guys call in and get some stuff, some questions and all that kind of stuff ready for next week. And hopefully you guys all have a good week and whatnot.
Yeah, please do. Jay, while we're saying our sign off here, maybe you can get everything ready for the closeout. But let everybody know that we do have BGST. I think are we doing it tonight, Crap? Is that it is going to go a little, or the Giants game is on. So, I was a little nervous.
I don't think Tim Dog's going to be there, so I don't know.
I'm not sure if Tim's going to make it, so I don't know. We'll see how we're going to be doing. I asked Zaire if we could do it a little early. Just stay tuned to Twitter, everybody, to see when BGST will be tonight, as well as don't forget we have Xbox Nation on Wednesdays, and then we do Crossfire on Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern time. With that being said, today was a great show.
Just going to warn you guys, I'm going into studio mode.
Oh, so Crap, can we get the speech?
Today, I feel like the luckiest man on the face of the planet. Hello.
With that being said, I'm going to go to mute and say enjoy your Sunday, enjoy your football, enjoy your time with your family, and don't forget the game. Catch up BGST.
Hey, watch us tonight.